field, and Dunn is back. He's all the way back, and that's gone. Jack Caglione gives the Royals a 6-1 lead in the 5th inning.
Fly ball to center. It's back, and it's over the head of Cox. Here comes Terang. Trurio scores. Terang will stop at third.
Pitch, knocking in the air to center. Burris going back. That ball is gone. It's gone. Jason Hockey sends Oklahoma to Super Regionals.
Pitch number 6 to DeLavalier. Strike 3. He watches, and St. John's secures a spot in a Super Regional.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, DB?
My man. Same soup, just reheated.
That's not the saying that I'm familiar with.
Yep, same soup, just reheated.
It's a different S word.
How we living?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good, man.
We're a little, we're off to a little bit of a rough start today. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, you know what they say. Oh, yeah, that's not, whoa, no bueno.
It's all right. We got some Pop-Tarts in.
You know the funny thing about that?
What's
that's not even funny? That's not even the worst number I've seen.
Oh, no.
70s is pretty bad.
It's not ideal. It was lower. It's starting to come back up.
Okay.
We're doing all right, though.
Well, good news.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
What's that?
Once you go black, you never go back. I found it.
Oh, the Black on Black Next Gen Male Medical Cup?
Yeah. Now, you can't
It's not
read
great
it
for advertising.
Hey, AJ, I know you're blind as a bat, too, just like your boy. Can you read Next Gen on here? Look, he put on his little. Hey, now you for sure look like you own a white van. Take those off. Oh, my God. You can. Oh, yeah. Hey, stay away from 108th over there where all the. Nah.
Like a minivan?
Man. At least put some writing on there. If it's all white, you're out. No, I'm serious. Don't. Somebody needs to take a picture of that. Yeah.
Like a moving van?
You want me on like 144th and Q, or like where do you need me?
Bro, I need you nowhere near young people. Wow, sir. Are those real?
I wear these all the time.
Huh.
I wear these literally every day to the office.
It must be the wispy cookie duster.
You do look different in them with the mustache.
This is incredible.
Because I see you in the glasses all the time. It is a different look, though. You almost look like Chit.
My man is.
These glasses are from 2010, by the way.
Oh, listen, I can't talk. I have 7 pair of glasses, and I only know where about 3 of them are.
And you can't even read.
I can read. I can't see. I read just well, thank you.
How many of those 7 are a prescription that you got from a doctor?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, just checking.
Wow, I see everybody's choosing violence this morning. Shane, I like your glasses.
Oh, thank you.
Even though your frames look like they would fit probably a 4-year-old, though. You might have one of the smallest heads in America.
No, that's fine.
My coaches gave Ravi a hat to wear this morning, but it's a flat bill, so I'm selfish, and I didn't let you make your own decision. Mm. No, I'm not wearing it. Oh. I can get them anytime, but I don't know if I
rock flat bills.
I know, and I don't love them, so that's selfish, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
I should let you decide what you want to wear if somebody gave you a gift.
Also, especially when I wear them backwards, the flat bill doesn't really change anything.
Selfish.
It's just when you wear it forwards.
Will your allegiance be screwed up? Because, I don't want Behringer mad at you that you're wearing West Side gear.
You know my hierarchy. It is Miller North, West Side,
okay,
everybody else.
All right. Yeah.
I got my allegiances. You know how it goes. It's very much, I have this in a lot of sports, right? I'm used to navigating this. Football's Nebraska, Florida State, everybody else.
Okay.
Basketball is Creighton, Nebraska, Omaha, everybody else.
Okay.
And everybody gives me a hard time for liking a lot of teams.
All of mine are local, though, Shane.
No, he didn't say that he likes Creighton and UConn.
That's
Mr.
Avs and
Red Wings. Or Raiders and Lions.
The closest is Nebraska, Florida State. People used to give me a really hard time on that. Here's the thing that happened with Florida State is I was the age.
Very impressionable.
Well, in the first season I watched was 1994.
Yeah.
So after the Florida State Nebraska game, And I don't think people appreciate, A, when you're that young, I was 7, and B, when like pre-internet era, like I had no way to go back and get it. Like I had no idea what happened the year before. So I'm just sitting there watching and I'm like, oh, I love Nebraska, obviously, because I'm here and, you know, you're learning about the state and your university for the first time. And then I'm like, oh, those guys look cool too. They're fun to watch. I like their helmets. They seem like they play fun football. So I had zero idea what happened the year before.
Big chop guy.
I was, yeah. It's the tribe says they're okay with it, so I'm gonna go with them.
I have no qualms with that.
Yeah, they actually have a really good relationship with the Seminole Tribe of Florida. They get actual, like Chief Osceola gets actual garments from the tribe. Like they use them. They train the student each year in like the proper way to do like ride the horse and do the spear. Like it's a very integrated university with the tribe.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I mean, not that it has anything to do with me, but
no, but that's why
I'm not the indigenous one.
People complain about like, well, why haven't they changed the name? It's like they have a genuinely really good relationship with the tribe.
Yeah. Okay.
As opposed to some other ones, which
may or may not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe more of a caricature.
AJ, I have a question, and I'm not even remotely trying to involve you. I just want to keep you to a minimum normally because of what happens. But
what I do.
So outside of the 308, I can't tell that you have a passion for any particular thing in the sports world.
Oh, big Carolina Panthers guy.
Okay.
I
did know that. It's not over the top. He does weave it in.
Yeah, ever since, my favorite back, Damon Beninng, signed with the program, I was just a huge fan of them.
You weren't even born.
You don't know that?
You'd be 32, and you're not 32.
Who's to say I'm not?
Okay. See, that's why I typically try to tread lightly. Just can't have normal conversations.
All right, I'll keep my debaggery to a minimum for this next sentence.
Is that your favorite of college and pro teams? It's Carolina, because that's really the only team I hear you talk about.
I mean, it's Nebraska first, like Nebraska football first, but then after that, it has truly become just like an assimilation of a lot of different sports. But I found it easier to involve myself in the professional leagues when I attached myself to one team. That's why I picked Carolina when I was in high school, because everybody out there is Denver fans, and I can't stand Colorado sports. It's like my least favorite. The Avalanche, the Rockies, all of them. Like I cannot stand anything from Colorado.
So,
wow, tough look for Kenny Bell.
Is it the Carolina Denver Super Bowl? Like
no, it was before that.
The moment that captured you.
Madden 2006. It was I'm dead serious. Is Madden 06. I always picked the Carolina Panthers because they had the coolest uniforms, because you could do black on black and you could do the Carolina blue stripe down the side. It had Jake Delhomme, Musa Muhammad, Steve Smith, obviously senior, that was on that team. And then when they went and made their run in the 2009 season before the Cardinals took them out in the playoffs, I loved that team because it was their two-headed running back monster of it was Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams. Yeah. They both went over 1,000 yards. Delhomme was amazing that year, and then they got upset by the Kurt Warner Cardinals that year in the playoffs.
Mike Ment and those guys, they called Jake Delhomme Opie.
He is a little Opie.
Masim Muhammad was one of the, and it was early in his career when he is a great pro. Like the consummate pro.
Like the way he goes about his business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even at a young age, like he was just all about that business.
I was a big Steve Smith guy.
And we had a couple of Michigan State guys. My fullback was Scott Green, who was at Michigan State when we stomped the mud hole in them. And then Moose was there. Two funny things about Carolina. I used to always talk to Mike after I left about like his team. He said 2 guys, without a question, that if you could play with, pick them for sure. Like they should be your first pick. But if they're not on your team, stay as far away from me as you can get. Chris Jenkins,
okay,
and Steve Smith. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know as much about Chris Jenkins, but Steve Smith makes sense.
Chris Jenkins was his. We have a mutual friend that told me one time, I don't know if this is a made up term. He said, Chris Jenkins has adult defiance disorder.
Oh.
I didn't even know if that was a real thing.
I don't know, but I know exactly what he means.
You know what I mean?
Because I might have a little bit of that.
Super gifted, super talented. But
yeah, Chris Jenkins was a monster.
Way good.
Yeah.
I watched a guy in our organization, Austin, get fined. You think $10,000 is a lot?
I would take $10,000 right now.
$10,000 for every pound he was overweight.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were going to say like a one-time. $10,000 per pound is aggressive.
It started in OTAs, and it was going to carry on to the season. This dude would work I called him the dancing bear because he used to play for a team that I love, my favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Aw," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my story, and I'm sticking.
That does remind me. Do you remember the Eddie Lacy weigh-in clause?
Yes, I do.
$55,000 for every monthly weigh-in if he hit his specific target weight.
So you had one that went with
Eddie Lacy was like
other went with positive reinforcement.
I'm probably a positive reinforcement guy.
I try
Although
to be.
sometimes, I'm not even going to hold you. I think sometimes you have to like have somebody wrap their hands around your throat.
Sometimes you got to bring the hammer.
You know what I mean?
He made $385,000 by just weighing in.
Listen, Eddie Lacy was a bag of ruffles away from being a 3-tech. So, like, I get it.
Speaking of
when
being
Eddie Lacy was fit and
he's really good.
More fit,
really good.
Fitter a word?
Yeah,
fitter. When he was fitter,
it doesn't sound right, but it is a word.
He was. I mean, good footwork. Nice. He was nice.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big.
You don't love big backs.
No, I don't. But
because you're not a big Bettis guy, right?
I hate to be prejudiced, but I'm not a big free flowing braids guy.
Oh,
the Predator braids.
I
don't mind those. I don't like the frizzy, like the TJ Hujmanzada.
What do you have against Troy Palmau?
It's not my.
It drove me crazy. I'm not even gonna kid you. And everybody did it for a while that could.
Yeah.
Because
that looked.
But I was a huge TP guy. So your fandom for your favorite team started with a video game.
Yeah,
I think that's actually not that uncommon for people.
His generation.
Yeah, and I think some after as well.
Liquid.
Well, and it was also the only way that I could watch the Panthers, right? Because they weren't on in any regional market here, and they're still not because they're not great. But I can see them on Thursday Night Football. Maybe I get another primetime game every year, but that's about it.
Sunday tickets more accessible now.
I watch.
Yeah, but can I afford Sunday ticket?
Yes, I watch not Inside Access, but like Camp Central, and in the OTAs, just day before yesterday, maybe. No, because that'd have been a Sunday. So maybe it was late last week. I saw your boy Bryce take control. He's like, they had him mic'd up in the huddle, and he's like, "Look, guys, this isn't good enough, right? This standard is the standard." And I was like, "Okay, little 5'11" dude, take control."
Love Bryce Young.
Okay, he's a big Bryce Young.
Yeah,
I love Bryce Young.
I've seen that in our conversations, but
yeah, you should. If you guys want some inside baseball, I know you guys don't notice this, but whenever you talk NFL during the season, if the Panthers won on Sunday, I'll make the YouTube thumbnail a Bryce Young or a Carolina Panther, something from that game. But if they didn't win, I just changed it to something super generic. We look very pro Panther very often.
If I had a second team, it would be Carolina.
Well, that makes sense.
You know,
you come by it honestly.
Yeah, it would be Carolina.
Yeah.
But
you like the city though too, right?
Is amazing city.
You're a big Charlotte guy.
And I'm a big Black Panther guy, like as an animal.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the movie.
So it was fine.
Yeah.
I have to keep reminding you that place is made up. You always will hit me with Wakanda Forever, and I'm like, it's not real.
You sure?
Does vibranium look? He's stupid. Does vibranium exist? Shane, why the Raiders again?
Football cards.
Okay.
My cousin left a bunch at the grandparents, and they were there forever. And he'd only been there like once or twice in the 80s, and my grandpa gave them to me. They were all Raider cards.
I do feel like that's the 80s version of video game. I think it's like the same equivalent of like that's why you ended up liking
that or posters.
Yeah.
Why the Lions?
Just because nobody else liked them. And
that's like my friend Eddie Gambier.
And when I was doing the other life, I had to monitor Lions games all the time for the other station.
Gotcha.
So I mean, I literally listened to like 40 in a row for like 4 or 5 years. So,
and that's pretty. Why the Celtics?
My dad liked them.
You're such a good son. I went the opposite of whatever my dad liked.
That's not true. You like USC.
Yeah, that's true, but not for the wrong reason.
Well, still worked out that way.
Number one, I hate white knighting, so I shouldn't like white horses. Number two, OJ turned out to be a turd.
Well, that was a Bronco, to be fair.
Allegedly. Just kidding. He got some convicted on some stuff. He did.
I do think he had accomplice. I don't think he acted alone.
Are we doing this? Is this
No.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other thing that he actually went to prison for.
Oh,
like he did, like the cart, memorabilia. Yeah. Like he did get convicted on some stuff. The other part's alleged.
Listen, we can handle delicate topics.
Yeah, we did it yesterday. We were just weaving, you know.
And that's pretty much it for your like fandom. I'm not even getting into the Avalanche because the Detroit was bad.
What about the Tigers? He's a Tigers fan, right?
I know why. I think it was either
big Alan Trammell guy.
It was either Trammell or Lou Whitaker.
It was both, but it was during that season when they went to the World Series that I started liking them.
Yeah, big Doyle Alexander guy.
I don't
who? What?
Yeah, I don't remember that guy.
Big Jim Leland guy.
He was all right.
He turned and burned. Is that why you started smoking?
No, he was an all right manager, though.
He said he was all right. Leland was pretty good.
I mean, they did go to the World Series with Jim Leland, so
yeah, he was doing some good
the one
things.
guy that infamously told Barry Bonds, like, get with the program or get out.
Yeah,
that was in the Pittsburgh days.
Yeah,
Leland was a tough old bird. Isn't that what the old heads say?
Tough old bird.
Tough old bird.
Usually, I think that refers to women.
Oh, does it?
I think. Usually a bird refers, I think. I might be making that up, though.
You might be. Todd or somebody will have that in like 5 seconds, but I don't know. Maybe.
Was Cecil on the World Series team in the 80s?
Cecil who?
Fielder? Or is it Cecil?
It's Cecil.
Okay.
And
I thought he was younger than
Cecil.
that. I thought he was younger than that.
That's about right. He's late 80s.
What year did they make the World Series?
I think 80. Was it 84, Shane?
Yeah, I thought it was 84. I thought he was maybe just a touch young for that.
And by the way, I came by this whole "you're not one of us, I don't want you" early. Like I didn't want Kirk Gibson on the Dodgers.
Yeah, he wasn't in Detroit until 90s. So
90s?
He wasn't.
Okay. You sure?
That's what this baseball.
No. Then it's probably right.
That's what his baseball reference says.
He
was in Toronto for 4 years.
I was thinking late 80s.
Yeah, he was in Toronto from 85 to 88.
Yeah, I knew he didn't start in the 90s, but you meant Detroit specifically.
Yeah, he was on Detroit in 1990.
I remember watching him in middle school.
And he didn't break out until 90 with the.
So I know the Red Sox was Pedro.
Yep.
You talked about the Seaman holes. You've got
it's pronounced Seminoles.
Nebraska.
Creighton,
I know Creighton.
Come by honestly.
Who's you don't have
49ers is probably the random one, the most random one.
Why?
I loved Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Does Golden State fit in with the 49ers?
No, Golden State is just a pure Steph Curry thing. I was gonna like wherever Steph Curry went. I was obsessed with him coming out of Davidson.
The San Francisco thing is interesting because that's probably. I mean, and you wanted to fight me a couple times, but was this a couple years ago? We were at the sports bar, and I said something that maybe intimated that Rice wasn't something. And you hit me with about 55 different late stage 1,000-yard receiving career numbers of Jerry Rice, and I said, no one that isn't a fatal stalker would just have that off the Rolodex.
Yeah, his late career stuff is insane.
And you immediately went to it.
Yeah,
and I was like. That's
there's
weird. Do you have like lots of cut-ups and you pin them on your mirror?
There's other people that have had stretches which are as good.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was as good for as long. Like that. I was a huge Jerry Rice, and I also was a huge Steve Young fan. I love Steve Young.
Seahawk Jerry Rice is my favorite.
People forget.
I appreciate practice squad Denver Jerry Rice the most.
By the way, I think I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with Emmett. Look what he says there on the screen. There.
What did Emmett say? Emmett's not very old, but he has an old soul. Let's see. What did Emmett say?
Probably second favorite NFL team. Oh, Todd's right. Kirk Gibson was on that 84 Tigers team.
Wow, that's weird, Emmett. But Emmett's younger. They're kind of newfangled.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Emmett's in his early 20s.
You know.
But the 49ers was Jerry Rice, and I love.
Thank you, T-Mac.
Love Steve Young.
We got into a very philosophical text exchange yesterday.
Stephen Young says, "I love you too, Ravi."
You guys are weird. It's fine.
No, you have an affinity for Steve Young, though, don't you? I thought you did. Yeah.
Steve Young, in my opinion,
way underrated.
Steve Young is the best quarterback to play in the NFL. That it takes people. This is kind of specific, but my point is, without just saying underrated, people will name 8 or 9 other quarterbacks before they name Steve Young. Steve Young was prolific. He was amazing. He was about as efficient as it gets. I don't care if he played with you, me, and Dupree. Nobody was winning in Tampa. But I watched a lot of those documentaries about the transition from Montana to Young,
which was messy,
and it was very bitter. And people just talked about in that organization how you could just see that Steve Young was like the dude, like just oozed talent. So I'm like,
I mean, there's a group of people that until Tom Brady thought Joe Montana was the greatest quarterback of all time, and Steve Young just straight up took his job.
Yeah.
Like there was some others.
Montana was a little fragile.
He had some injuries, but
he got his bell rung against El Gigantes, and it was a problem.
Even when he got healthy, like there's like, yeah, Steve Young's too good. We can't put him back on the bench.
Yeah,
I mean, so that tells you, I think, all you need to know about Steve Young's talent. Like he was phenomenal. Now he's not going to have the career stats because of the USFL into the Bucks, and like he had a weird start to his career.
Dude is really good.
But you give me prime Steve Young, I'll take that. Man, he was having like
that over Joe Montana.
Dude, I
think so. Yeah, I take prime Steve Young over.
I had a
Joe
cup
Montana.
of coffee with Eric Davis.
Oh yeah,
and
Cincinnati,
Carolina, and no, not the Reds. That'd be nice too. I'd like ED.
Yeah,
but again, because in my heyday of wanting to play baseball, it was just hard to come by good Black American right-handed hitters.
Sure.
Right. I fell for the Pedro Guerrero trick.
Yep.
But it's not like people were like doing interviews and I could hear him speak.
Yeah.
The accent would have probably given it away. And I don't know if I would have just hated just because I was anti-Dominican. I didn't even know where the Dominican was probably back then. But Eric Davis tells a story about the minute Steve Young got there, that it wasn't like an uh-oh moment, but so Eric Davis, full disclosure, is where, am I wearing that shirt today? Oh, no, that's my blue collar ish. We made that. Eric Davis is where I got you want to make it uncomfortable. You want to make it uncomfortable for a coach that you're not playing.
Yeah.
And he said that's what and he used Steve Young as the example.
Yeah. So and he wasn't like, I give both those guys a lot of credit, even though it got pretty contentious. Like it didn't seem like either one of them were like dicks about it. Like they kind of like, they're both.
I don't know. Joe, for a good looking, smooth operator, Joe's kind of straightforward.
Yeah, no, he's a little. I mean,
Montana's pretty straightforward. Yeah. You could tell he's been an underdog for a long time.
Yeah, there's a chip for sure. Yeah, like that dude wasn't supposed to play at Notre Dame, much less for the 49ers.
Yeah, Joe keeps it a buck.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people, draw the parallels between him, and obviously the draft positions are a little different, but like between him and Brady, where it's just like, yeah, nobody wanted this guy.
Yeah.
And you got the California thing as well, obviously, but it's Steve Young, I was enamored with Steve Young when I was a kid.
Yeah, he was way good.
Just absolutely enamored with him.
Yeah, that amazing day. Sometimes I don't have permission to repeat text conversations. I don't, but you keep enjoying those crab cakes, Daniel. You keep enjoying those. Daniel's eating good.
Yeah, no, I think he said in the chat he's up in like Maryland this week. He said he was traveling.
Yeah. So He said something funny last night. I just was like, that'd be a lot of crab cakes.
Last thing on Steve Young, and then we can move on to whatever else. But can I be honest with you? That's like the one thing. I know that there's a lot there, but it's like the one thing I ever held against LP was
the missed block.
The block against Steve Young.
Yeah.
That basically ended his career.
That was not.
And I was so excited to have him on the team too, because I was like, "Oh, Nebraska guy." I had watched him in NFL Europe.
When folks started kind of piling on down the stretch, when he started having incidents again,
yeah, that was one of them,
and it ate him up.
Yeah,
that ate him up.
Listen, I never thought it was intentional. I was just upset about it because I love Steve Young so much.
Yeah,
but I was so excited because I remember I watched him play in NFL Europe and tear it up, and I was like, "Oh, he's going to get a shot." And then my 49ers signed him, and I was super excited. And then that happened. I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
It's tough.
Yeah.
Hey, Liquid. I like the music.
The new music?
Yeah.
Good. I was a little nervous about it. I kind of wanted it to fly under the radar. So.
What do you mean?
Well, just
not
you
to
know,
go
just because it's new music. You know, I mean, you never know.
What do you mean?
I got to stop doing it. I wanted to see the first 40 minutes this morning of our workout.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something to one of the coaches about a player. And he's kind of standing there with his whistle around his neck, his arms were folded. And he looked dead at me and he goes, "Tell me more." And I go, "Oh my God, am I wearing off on you? What do you mean, tell you more?" It's just eerie when somebody, you know what I mean? I was like, because I got it from DJ.
Yeah.
Right? When you're just interested and you don't want to dominate, it's like, "Hey, tell me more."
Yeah. I usually say, "Elaborate."
And he hit me with that. And I was like, I froze. I was like, "Oh, never mind. It's too early."
Chuck says, "Was Shane just called Liquid?" Yeah, that goes way back, Chuck.
Is that Chucky Chuck?
Yeah. That goes way back to the old days.
Yeah. So that came from Liquid Shano.
Yeah, it went from Shane to Shano to Liquid Shano.
Yeah, because
just Liquid.
Everybody used to call him Sugar Shane, and I was like, I hate Mosley, so I did not want to go with the Sugar Shane.
What about Leonard?
No, that's Sugar Ray.
Close enough.
I thought that was a group.
Dude,
that's Sugar. How you get so fly?
Your
good song.
Your black references are so
Sugar's white
intermixed.
Oh, are we doing black references?
No, we are not. It's like, he just chops at the bit. This dude said, "Wow, that would be Ray, not Shane." So everybody called him Sugar.
Yeah,
and I was like, I need something different. I like my own nicknames.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm just gonna call him Liquid Shano. And then it was just Liquid, because I would always say
Liquidy,
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, "Here to unclog your mornings." What's wrong with that?
It's just funny.
Hey, I can't wait till Rico comes back. I'm gonna need you to go.
You and me both, brother.
We asked him if he was going to be here today. He goes, "Nope, Wednesday." I guess Rico's just not working.
So Rico pulled a cardinal sin, but the guy he gave me the phone, the guy that he did it with, made it totally cool. Rico did the DB.
Yeah.
"Hey, I got such and such with me here," and he gave me the phone. I'm like, Rico?
Who was it?
It was Ava Kusak's dad.
Oh, okay.
But I had known him forever, like because Ava played with Ruby, Malin, and Jordy on the travel team. Listen, I was still working the CWS. That's how long ago this was.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I talked to him because I think Rico got him for an interview.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy to talk to him. I forgot to call Rico back and say, "Don't ever do that again." But it was a good phone handoff.
Yeah.
So I let it ride. Because I had been on the receiving end of two very, very, very infamous, "Hey, got somebody," and they hand them the phone.
Not good ones.
Shane, how would you say Coach Pelini turned out?
Trying to forget that one.
Jeff Jamrog was like, it's like, DB, Jammer here. Hey, got Bo on the other here. Hey, hang on. I'm on air.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
I'm on air. How many segments did I miss, Shane?
At least a handful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know it was over? Whether Craig McMullen and Randy Gregory missing practice. Dead dog serious.
It wasn't pretty.
But ever since then,
Yeah.
right, it was like we were boys.
You know what's funny is
It's like, look, man, you got kids, I got kids. You're gonna talk to me like an adult or not?
Yeah.
And it was like, then it turned out to be like this blossoming thing.
Sorry, DB, it won't happen again.
Oh, hi. No, that's fine. Like, I trust your judgment
For now.
I like it was fine, and I like him a ton. So,
well, I was gonna FaceTime you, but you don't have an iPhone, so it wouldn't have worked.
God, that's such a game changer.
I might start doing that, but it'll be just like my mom. You can just talk to her.
Got somebody for it. And then the other time was, I shouldn't forget because his voice is literally super scary. Ended up leaving Nebraska to go to Kentucky, and he recruited the bejesus out of everybody at Kentucky.
The coach?
Yep, tight ends. And
Vince Merrill?
Vince Merrill. He was like, Beninng, this big Vince got a minute. I knocked on the window to the studio, and I was like, be right back. So the whole handing me the phone thing, yeah, I
you know what's funny is I was doing a show with you at the old place, and you'll probably remember the situation here. It was on early signing day, so in December, and a different head coach at Nebraska called you to try and figure out what was going on, like 8 times during the show.
Oh, because he wanted to get a player to see if they should make a run?
Yes.
I remember
because they didn't sign where they thought they were going to sign.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah. You're like texting him back, I'm working.
So immediately I knew, though, that I called Jay.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I know you know how to get everybody on board. We got a great relationship with this person. You got to make this happen.
Yeah.
So to this day, her and his right-hand man are like besties.
Really?
To this day.
You know, she's got their new program that she's starting. Ryan is one of her like greatest resources.
Really?
Yes.
He
was super. Coach Rule didn't really want him to leave.
Oh yeah.
Callahan, he was a stud.
About one of the only guys he didn't want to leave.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
I think the world of Ryan Callahan. Yep. I remember. That's funny.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you?"
Yeah, you like called him back during the break. You're like, "Hey, man, I'm working."
Oh, those I could literally do a book.
Yeah, you've got it was every break. You were just talking to him for like 4 minutes at a time.
I was like, hey, call you back.
We're like, all right, we're coming back.
Then I just connect. I was like, hey, you got to talk to Jay. She's got this down pat.
Yeah. Well, because you guys helped out a lot with getting Xavier eligible, right?
There's probably 5 I can think of.
Yeah.
And one didn't end up going to Nebraska. He went to Wyoming.
I would say Xavier was the one I was super aware of is getting him situated. But
she definitely has a skill for that.
No, I mean it's a valuable one too. I mean,
well, she just knows. She knows the college end. She certainly knows the high school end, and she's like Dina when you're like the special ed like that area. So you know they're not loopholes, but you know
the system.
You know workarounds.
Yeah, you know what the system is and how to work the system.
Yeah. So like yeah. That's funny. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, did I miss something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm working. And I know we were terrible with the clock and we made up our own breaks, but I can't do that.
You're like, oh, hold on, head coach is calling me. We gotta take a break.
Dude, our general it used to drive them crazy.
That's why we're not on radio anymore.
Which one?
I know.
So yeah, pick one.
So Tepper was Mike was cool too, but when you saw the numbers, like they kind of just started to be cool with it.
Yeah.
But then it was like, hey, if you really want to knock this thing out, this is probably what we should do. And I'm like, what difference does it make? And they're like, do you understand how touch and go dowries are? Like, you got to game the system. And I was like, oh, you mean these aren't like real ratings?
No, you're exactly
right.
right.
No, but these are the ones we got to go by. And I was like, oh, this seems kind of weird.
That's the funniest thing I tell people sometimes is like radio ratings are just made up.
Kind of. Well, if you're not a metered market, and we're not a metered market.
They're super arbitrary because you're based on a book basically that gets sent out to people. And it's just whatever that person feels like filling out.
Yeah.
Like that's how your entire industry is run if you're in a non-metered market, which is crazy.
Todd, that's not all my fault. Like, and you guys will know if Ravi has got a healthy fear of Wally Pipp, and it would never happen anyway. But if he ever misses a day, watch how good I'll be with breaks. Like when I'm the guy, I'll do exactly what I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any problems with it. They'll say, hey, we got to get out here or let's do. And I was like, oh, okay. Because that part of me, I am used to being coached.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's funny because Ravi blames you for not taking breaks.
No. Who has the majority of the rants? Not me. Oh, it's not even close.
No, I know.
I feel like this is the throw up.
No, you're right. I do way more of the ranting than you do. Yeah. It's always a booster. He was in New York because of a booster. He was.
Oh yeah, you
forgot about that one,
dude. You've got some in such you have some absolute gems. And sometimes I just have to spin the seat, and I'm like,
sometimes I think you do it on purpose.
Do tell. I feel a meltdown coming.
I know Austin does it on purpose. Austin rage baits me.
The USC post game is my favorite moment of like my career because not only am I many beers deep, I'm also upset with the loss against USC. But then I just keep saying, what about Kurt Signetti, Ravi? And then finally he snapped.
Is that where you? Oh, I didn't know that.
That one was so good because I came in late and just started adding gasoline to the fire.
Yeah. So both of these two. So he's drunk at Beer House, and because we're doing post game live from Lincoln.
What were you drinking? I thought you strike me as a Shirley Temple guy. What were you
these
drinking?
Were like heavy beers. These were like German beers.
Listen,
Okay.
Damon, look me in the eyes. I love to drink.
Listen. He had his own trailer at UNK. I think that says enough.
That was one of the funniest stories ever.
Rico comes in. He's been at the game, so he's intoxicated.
Yeah.
And I'm the only sober one there. And
Which is never any fun.
It's not great. I think I had
unless you're the DD, it's like
being the DD is a lot of fun. I mean,
you guys are idiots.
I had one drink in the first half, but I knew I was driving back to Omaha, so I wasn't drinking, and I knew I was doing a show, so I didn't drink basically after halftime. And he is just he was staying much later than I was because he was hanging out with some people. So he was like, I'm having a good time. I'm not driving, whatever.
Another guy that's never met a stranger.
100%. And so he is just absolutely just like you call Sean gas can. He's just grabbing that thing. He's like dousing it all over the house. And he just I was mad already because the how I get with the comments sometimes is especially in post games where people are just like they get so mad at the losses.
Hey Shane, you remember Iowa? Tommy Armstrong, the hat swinging gate. Oh,
it makes me irrationally angry.
I've had a few meltdowns,
and so I just I lost it. And
dude, I wanted to kill John. I almost killed Peterson on air. Literally.
Was that at the Iowa game?
Man, I get it. Like I had to grow into it. So the funny thing about that, you guys,
mm-hmm.
This is for not you because you're the whole jerk in this deal, but for for Neutron and Suave, you guys don't understand when I bring a couple of times I brought Coach Signetti. I don't really know the depths of that backstory. And this dude will look at me and say, why you got him today? What's he up here for? It's just, he doesn't say that about anybody.
I did about Dion.
But when it's Signetti, it's like he questions me on what my motives are. That definitely tracks.
The most scared I've ever been producing this show is when you two got into an all-out brawl over, was it Zubi Ejiofor and St. John's?
Oh yeah.
Like he had some post-game comments or something. I literally thought the show was never going to come back. I thought we were going to go to a break and we would never return.
I don't even remember that one.
You kept you wanted Patino to answer the question as opposed to protecting his players. It was Lewis.
That was RJ Lewis.
Yeah.
RJ Lewis.
It was Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. No, I think the most scared he's ever been doing a show with me was after Minnesota this year.
Oh my God. I was scared.
Listen, you guys should have seen. That's bad.
It was
no. You have no. As part of the book, no. That was bad.
Yeah.
Even the pregame walking the sidelines, talking to a couple of coaches. I'm like
not feeling it,
dude. I went back to the booth. I told Casey, I said, "Oh, this ought to be interesting."
That's not a good sign. And
then remember that was the infamous taking game. I had to tell coaches about taking the game seriously, or how to approach this opponent.
Yep.
And the bus ride was miserable. Thank God it was only like a 38-minute plane ride, because I mean nobody said I don't even think they offered snacks, which they always got food, right? I mean, they walk up and down that thing with they
got the Chick-fil-A or the whatever, and
they did do that.
Okay, well that's going on in the plane, right?
In the plane.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you get the food post game at the stadium, which is going to be something good.
Then you get something else walking.
Then you get
the plane.
something else while you're walking on the plane, because some guys, whatever, don't want to eat. The clock is different.
Yeah.
But then in the plane, it's like
they have snacks and stuff.
It's like service. Yeah, I don't remember seeing them walk the aisle. I was like, maybe it's just too quick a flight.
Dr. Odegon says snacks have been canceled due to lack of hustle. Deal with it.
That's my dude. So I mess with him all the time about multitude of sports, and I'm kicking myself. I told him, and this is no disrespect to you. I'm not trying to gas you up. I told him on Friday, I said, man, FSU's like 6-1. They got no business being a minus 595 fave. I said, no, I'm tempted. I said, go St. John.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, St. John's is good. I know they're the 4th
I had just watched them against Creighton.
Yeah.
And so I felt like they had enough pitching depth.
Yeah.
And FSU can't hit.
Yeah, Florida State had the pitching, but they can't hit at all, especially without Miles Bailey. So they had, was it Barrett step up a little bit?
I just told him yesterday, I was like, shoot, man, 2 days early, I got off the St. John FSU thing because it was a juicy number yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it was
I'm kicking myself.
Bloodbath yesterday.
Dude, can you believe it?
I mean, I got almost everything I wanted, almost. So we got Troy, which I was happy about.
Wait, you're happy about Troy?
Well, yeah, because I wanted Florida to lose.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't get Kentucky because they had no business being there in the first place.
At first blush, how many of the top 16 seeds are left?
I know this. It would have been 7 would have been eliminated if Milwaukee won, so there's 10 left. 6.
There's 7. No, you're right. There's 10.
There's 10 left.
Yeah.
There's 10 left.
So you got Cal Poly and
West Virginia,
Little Rock and Troy. So a Trojan is going to reign supreme.
The bottom half is pretty normal. But
you got
the top half is
UNCSC, which, I mean, that's a hat game. I have both of those hats from the College World Series.
Oh,
that's
nice.
back. Yeah, Caleb used to. He has all the good hats.
Does he?
He just doesn't. This dude has an Indiana hat from CWS. IU.
Big Schwarber guy.
Man, that thing's in the garage. So anyway, he's clearly out on Indiana. Ole Miss, Auburn, Oklahoma, Kansas, which should be sensational.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you've got top 2 seeds are out. UCLA and Georgia Tech.
I'm probably the
Georgia
most.
Tech is.
That's the one that.
Because you were pretty high on them.
Yeah. Georgia Tech was really, really good. And they burned Patel. Yeah. They just ran out of.
Mm-hmm.
But they should have been able to out-hit Oklahoma.
You would have thought.
I'm like, they're going to put a 10 spot on these guys. And I was well on my way. And
was it 8-7 ended up being?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say 7-8. I was going to have to. One of my players did that walking off. And I was like, God dang it, it's 6:41. I probably got to get to my other job. But I wanted to turn around and say, we're darn near grown-ups, men at that. Lord, don't say the small score first. But I let it go.
There is one instance where you do that. Where you say the small score first?
Tennis?
Yeah.
That's fine. You and your nuances for tennis. I still think 6-4 is 6-4.
Right.
Although if you're reading it in succession, 6-4, 4-6. I mean, okay.
That's the only time that I know that it's the proper way to do things.
How good is Georgia Mississippi State going to be?
That might be the one just from a pure baseball standpoint I'm looking forward to the most.
Hey, you want a beets versus Brussels sprouts conversation?
Yeah.
Texas and Oregon.
Yeah. That's a poop versus vomit conversation right there. No good options. One might smell worse, but there's no good options.
All right, you ready? Rapid fire. Not who you think's going to win, who you want to win.
Who I want to win? Okay.
I already know West Virginia, correct?
You
wanted West Virginia here your whole life.
No, I know, but because I like the random teams. I need a rando in the college.
So this
series.
is the one you're picking because there's a few choices.
Well, no, I'm rooting for all the randos.
No.
Yes, because I'm not going to get all of them. I need one.
So you want Cal Poly, Little Rock, or Troy?
That's it. Those are the real randos for me.
Okay.
St. John's I get is random for baseball, but they've
been here,
and they're not a random school.
They've
St. John's is a big school.
All right, Cal Poly, West Virginia.
I'm going Cal Poly.
Battle of the Trojans.
I think I want Troy there.
NCSC.
UNC.
Ole Miss, Auburn.
Ole Miss. I don't like Auburn for some reason.
God, I got the thing with Greg Olson, but Ole Miss is good for business. Okay.
I just dislike Auburn as an institution across the board, and I don't know why.
I love how you say that. What's the school again?
Auburn.
I
don't even know how I said it that bothered you.
It didn't bother me. It just got my attention.
Auburn.
Okay. So we're taking Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Plus, Ole Miss was fun last time they were up here.
Rock Chalk or Boomer?
Rock Chalk.
Uniform thing?
Oklahoma thing.
Oh, all right. Johnny's and Bama?
I'll go Big East. I'll go Johnny's.
Texas, Oregon.
Oregon, I guess. Oregon.
You're a big dogs guy. Both have bulldogs. Which bulldog do you like better?
Mississippi State.
Really?
For baseball purposes, terrific for business.
Georgia's is about as good an offensive team as you're going to see.
You said who I want.
Listen, man. But Mr. Defensive.
The Mississippi schools are good for business. With no LSU, those are probably the next two draft choices in terms of fan bases.
Okay. I clearly have who I'm cheering for. So
yeah, North Carolina.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Although,
is there any conflict there with USC or no?
A little.
Okay. I didn't know if you were USC into baseball or not.
But it's not.
You big Rob Dato guy?
I am.
Yeah.
And I loved Pryor in college.
Dude, so did I.
His mechanics were, I was like.
They were so clean.
I was mystified. I was like, how's he throwing so hard when he looks like he's
zero effort
playing catch?
There was,
shout out Dusty Baker.
I remember recording. Yeah, well, what a clown.
Hey, we still wear wristbands as adults.
What do you mean?
That's not that. You wear whatever you want, but
my man Tiger Shark Diver's back.
Try not to ruin careers of two of the best young pitchers of that generation. That'd be terrific. Wow, that would have been awesome. I remember recording on a VHS tape a Mark Pryor start because I was that 99?
8, 9, yeah.
So I was like, that's when I was starting to really get into baseball. And
wait,
I was
like VHS?
No, like on the TV. Like I hit record on the TV on the VHS.
Gotcha.
So that I could study his mechanics. I watched one of his starts of the College World Series over and over and over again, trying to study his mechanics. Like I loved Mark Pryor at USC. That's honestly, Mark Pryor's career is one of the reasons I dislike Dusty Baker, like exclusively.
That's not the wristbands?
No, I don't care about that at all. Doesn't bother me. I don't care.
I'm shallow.
I mean, I am too. It's just that's not a thing that bothers me.
I mean, not that shallow. Chuck, I'm inclined to agree. But I like when Nebraska was getting beat by Kansas in the regular season, not what I tell you.
That Kansas is good.
That's a good baseball team.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like
they're good. They're good at 1-2 at their starters, and they rake.
Kansas beating Nebraska in the regular season didn't hurt Nebraska's season, so it doesn't bother. Like that doesn't do anything for me. Like if they had beat them in a regional or something, I'd be upset about it. But
beets or Brussels sprouts.
I don't like either. I don't eat Brussels
Jimmy
sprouts.
Neutron, beets or Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts.
Shane?
Definitely not the sprouts.
Who eats beets? They're horrible.
They are horrible. They're both bad.
The juice made a comeback, though, because of its
beet juice?
Yeah. Because of its...
My mom loves beets. Loves them.
That's her generation.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, my mom will rock with beets.
I have no idea why. I don't eat. I'm not one of I don't care what you do to Brussels.
You ever had a turnip?
I don't think so.
I know Neutron hasn't. Shane, did you grow your own vegetables?
Yeah, that might be the reason why I don't particularly care for vegetables, because you had to work for them. You know, go out and dig potatoes and stuff like that, and
so you do know what dirt smells like.
Yeah.
You get a good russet, and it's like,
oh, I like a good potato. Yeah, I love a good potato.
Boy,
potato,
listen, your boy was introduced to I can't transform everything.
What happened?
Man, first day Caleb came back, he wanted chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes. It was a run of like cool weather, so it fit. And I'm not gonna call this grocery store out, but
got some bad potatoes.
Listen, this is a true story. This is so wasteful. It's embarrassing. But I've thrown away ribs before. Like I've thrown away things I didn't feel like I cooked very well. I made it the exact same way. You know, the warm butter, the milk, the salt. You know, I boil the potatoes in chicken broth and a seasoning that we like. And I do the mash thing first. I got the beater out. Process is all the same.
Didn't turn out.
I spoon that thing. And I looked around. This is weird. Like somebody's actually watching me. And I'm like, I spooned it and I went.
Texture or taste? Or
so
both?
I stirred it again.
Yeah.
I tasted that thing. I said, damn. I said, oh my God. And I said, are you kidding me? And I flipped the spoon. There's no one home. No one. So I gave it a second. I'm like, all right, I can salvage this thing. I got the little secret umami that I like. Sometimes it's, you know, and I half a stick of butter. I melted it this time so it could just get dispersed quicker.
Yeah.
So I knew if I had to start over. Gave it about 30 minutes. I came in. I took the pan, put my mitt on, and I contemplated. I was like, do I want to put these in the disposal? Or are these just going straight in it? I said, oh, they're hot. They're too. So I had some Rotella's plastic bags anyway. I dumped all the potatoes in there. I bagged and tagged that thing like the morgue and dropped it in the trash with disgust. I said, shoot, we're starting over. Bad potatoes are bad potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't the milk, Jibs. I swear. It wasn't. It was like the potatoes were
taste or texture?
Taste.
Yeah.
And I think people like real mashed potato makers will tell you the potatoes are important.
Oh, yeah.
Like my mom, she swears by golds. They're fine. I like golds. Right. But I like I like my russets too. And I'm telling you, so that's the dirt thing made me think of it. When he said he knows what dirt smells and tastes like. Because it tasted like dirty water.
Shane Striker is one of those kids that had like the handfuls of dirt on the playground. Just
no, but there's lots of things you don't eat because of how you were raised, right?
Man, that dirt looks amazing.
Like just anti-out on. And I don't mean hot takes like, ooh, I don't like beets. I mean like you don't rock with sausage, right?
No.
Like who doesn't like good sausage? Right? This
Yeah.
dude is like
breakfast sausage or any sausages.
Breakfast.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you meant like brats. I meant like brats.
No, you did.
I really did.
I'm more of a sausage guy, though.
You're an idiot.
I meant like brats. Like,
is it all?
I'd find it.
Pardon?
Out on brats.
Out on brats too.
Yeah, brats are gross. I mean, if I'm there at a barbecue and it's on there and somebody gives it, fine, whatever. But I mean, I'm not gonna effort one.
If people are offering me free food, I guess I'll have it.
Too many salmon patties growing up. I like salmon. Salmon patties we made. That's got to be a generational thing too.
Salmon patties?
Yeah. My mom used to make salmon patties.
So I think that made a little comeback. Salmon burgers became a thing for a while a few years ago. Yeah. I'm not huge on.
God, KJ is constantly chastising me. He sounds like my father-in-law.
I'm not huge on fish. I like seafood. I don't love fish.
He said random crumbs. I'm so trained now.
Yeah.
Like I'm like the shaving fruit cutting Nazi on the right side of the sink with the stopper because we just had to replace our garbage disposal about 8 months ago. And Mike is really the only one that knows how to fix it. I don't know what he does.
Did he YouTube that thing?
No, he got it. Chris told him how to do it. I don't know why he didn't tell me, but I felt like KJ, in my defense, I felt like there were no real solids. And it wasn't rice where it was like going to expand later because you never put rice down the garbage disposal. But I contemplated the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
God, they were trash.
That's tough.
Yeah. Dude, locks are elite. My favorite bagel place closed down across the street from West Side. And
oh, yeah. No, I know that place.
Their locks were sensational.
Oh, what was the name? Schwartzman's?
Yeah, Schwartz's Deli. Yeah. No,
Natasha loved that place. We used to go all the time.
Yeah, I got to be really good friends with that. He'd let me let me sit in there.
Just loiter.
I don't call it that. Like
that's what everybody else calls it, though.
You bring up a great point, though, Damon, that a good bagel, like a great bagel, is so much better than like an average bagel or a store bought. It like the gap is significant.
The ceiling floor on bagels is enormous.
I think that's there's probably 10 or 12 foods I can think of where the elite is so much better than mid. Bagels is in that category.
Because if you get like a good like crunch on the outside of your bagel, like
really
pre-toasting, oh my god,
inside.
Incredible.
Yeah, I was first. I almost said a bad word. I went to Trader Joe's I used to call it something else when I was anti.
Were you going to say it with an H?
I'm trying to just move along.
All right.
Caleb and I had to kill time before we went and got Breeze. And so we wandered in that place and I'd never been in there. This was literally the last week of school. So the first time I'd ever been in that store was a couple weeks ago. Found a bagel that is, because he likes breakfast sandwiches, the right consistency. Their brand is Asiago cheese. And like he won't go back unless it's at like the bagel bin. Then I watched T and Micah argue over Panera Bagels versus Bagel Bin. But the bagels we got at that store was a 5-pack. They're not very thick. And it was super good flavor, but bagels is in that discussion. I think brisket is in that discussion.
Brisket's definitely in that discussion. The floor on brisket is so low.
Yeah.
But the ceiling is through the roof.
That's a good. Yeah. KJ, this might be the first time I figured out you were here.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know that I knew he was
like here.
Omaha.
The more you know.
I disagree with TK in chat. I think that there are a lot of great burgers.
Disagree with TK in chat.
I think that there are a lot of great burgers, and
I do not.
I think that there's like a good separator between like good, great, and like kind of in there. But I do think that there's plenty more of those that I could go out of my way and be like, oh, I've had a good burger at like all these different places, or I can make one myself that's this level, comparative to I can't make the type of high quality bagel that like I can buy somewhere that's worth costing more.
I think I'm going to agree on a burger.
I agree that the ceiling and floor, there's a big difference.
I think that's a good low key. You wouldn't think of it pull.
I also think that Austin's right in that you're more likely to be able to make a good burger at your house, but the ceiling and floor are still, I think, very far apart.
This is dumb because I can't really give it context, but I think burgers are a little overrated for how people fawn over them.
I agree.
Like a good burger, I think is kind of weird.
I agree. Listen, I like burgers, but I'm not. There are people that are obsessed with them that I don't totally understand.
Shane, remember when we used to, in our former life, we used to have D-Hop on, and we kind of got in. We didn't get into it like, ooh, I want to put them up. But like, I clearly have a taste. I prefer more the char-broiled grill type burger than I do flat iron, range smash burger.
So I will go a smash burger from like a fast food place because I know what that's going to taste like, and it's pretty good.
A burger, that's a good little pull, TK.
Whereas I don't trust, if you're giving me a non-smash burger at a fast food place, I really don't trust how that's going to come out. I know what I'm going to get from a smash burger.
Would you put wings in that discussion?
Or
everybody? Listen, I think wings are a little overrated too.
So I guess maybe how I phrased it was incorrect, but I think wings applies to this too. Like there's so many different types of burgers and wings, right? Like when I get wings, if I want really good wings, I would go specifically to places that I want really good wings from. If I'm just like, I could use a wing, I'll look for a deal, I'll get cheap wings, I'll just go and like kind of get what I want. Same thing with burgers. Like if I'm hankering for a burger and I want like the highest quality burger, I'm going to go seek that out. But if it's like, I don't really care what kind of burger I get, it is what it is.
Are you guys on board in July or late June, July? Like we have one day where we talk to either people that do food reviews or like somebody in the food industry. I mean, it's just fun. I need a break.
No, I mean, we could talk to a food person regularly if you want to. I mean, like half the show is food sometimes.
I do miss Sarah Baker Hansen. She was elite.
I mean, we could talk to her.
Chad Baker Bizarro?
Is he still playing?
Well, he did quit in the middle of a game, so.
Dude, that was the most. So who got mad at me for, maybe it wasn't anger. I was like, hey, can you pull the clip? And somebody was like, do you have about the duration in that game? There's 40 minutes in a basketball game. It sounds very Austin-ish.
It was either, I think it was Austin. It was definitely in the chat with Austin and Rico.
And then 100% me.
I found it for him, I'm pretty sure.
I was like, I was running a 9-minute mark in the half.
I had seen it live, and I don't think he had, so I knew about where it was.
Yeah, that was one of those where I actually know, he's not that cool. Just like yesterday, we're just threw something out there and he was working and he pulled his headsets off and he goes like this. He goes, hey, give me a second. I'm working on a few things. And put the headsets back on. I closed the door. I said, oh, okay.
You won't appreciate this one because it's not really your thing. I do think there's a pretty high variance in hot dogs. A bad hot dog is just not doing it for me.
Just yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah.
A guy I follow on TikTok with like healthy bad foods. He ranked the brands of hot dogs. Do you know what his number one? I think I can say this because people still buy them anyway. The lowest brand hot dog.
I would guess either the.
I didn't even know this was the actual brand, but I've seen the packaging 1,000 times.
I think it's the Bar S ones.
S Bar.
Yeah.
That was his number. Yep,
those are bad.
Yep.
My best one is the all beef Hebrew Nationals.
The Hebrew National was, I think, 1 or 2.
Yeah. That's my go-to.
Yeah, S-bar. I'm like, what is
the S-bar ones?
But then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, they make bologna.
Yeah, they make a lot of like processed meats. But that's I think by far the worst.
Shane, are you still in on Carl?
No, not at the moment.
Big Carl Buddig guy.
Not at the
Remember
moment.
when I used to buy those for him?
Yeah.
There's a couple big sales yesterday.
Nice.
But I was like, I can't even give away the free Hy-Vee mealy ones.
I'm all about the steak one right now.
Still? Okay. I thought, weather gets hot. Maybe you want to change it up.
Are you big like food for the weather person?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things I don't want to eat when it's hot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Yeah, this is why the squirrel is here, TK, because I felt like when we were going to first start talking about baseball before your picks, I felt like it could go a lot of different ways. So that's
the baseball stuff or just the show in general?
Baseball.
Yeah.
But then we got into Steve Young and quarterbacks and fandom and whatever Ding-a-ling over there is talking about.
By the way, isn't the hamburger thing a fat thing? Like when you go to Hy-Vee?
Like a fat content thing?
Yeah.
I do think the fat content in a burger makes a huge difference in the flavor.
It matters.
My thought is mostly about how it's cooked.
Oh, big Costco guy, KJ. Me too.
Oh, that's a good one, KJ. Yes, 100%.
Oh, nothing says that. Nothing says KJ in being so principled than that statement right there.
Yeah.
Not moved out on mom done.
The Kirkland, he's right though. The Kirkland signature. Also, the second comment's unnecessary and untrue. But the Kirkland signature hot dogs are elite.
You just wanted clarity on that.
Yeah, I mean,
he can only slander you so much, right?
Yeah, you slander my riding for Omaha, and we will have words. There's a lot of things you can say about me, but that is certainly not one of them.
Oh boy.
Let's take a quick break here. This might be our longest segment ever.
It's not.
Oh, we're over 8.
Yeah.
Well, because the first 40 was mostly sports.
Yeah, it was. No, there was a lot of sports.
First 40. That's where you cut it off? The first 40?
That's a wild statement.
There was a lot of sports early.
Oh,
Let's take a quick break here. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Let's hear that Sports Live.
I mean, how much did that torn ACL motivate you, fuel you for what you did this year?
It was one of the darkest parts of my life. I got the surgery, and then once it was time to shower, my wife had to help me in the shower, and I had to step up into the tub to take the shower. And at that moment, I just told her to leave the room, and I just started crying. I was like, I'm never gonna be able to compete again. Like, this is worse than it was before I got surgery. Like, why'd I even do this? This was a waste of my time. And then just having a great trainer that helped me through the process and continue to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what really helped motivate me to look towards the end of the season.
So were there points where you didn't think that you could wrestle again?
Yeah, there were right after surgery, the first 3, 4, 5 weeks. It was pretty dark, and just not like being on crutches, being in a leg brace that's completely straight was pretty rough on me. But once I got out of that and I could start moving around and go to practice every day and just watch the guys compete on the mat, really helped build a fire inside of me and motivate me that there's still something to push for and achieve.
I mean, would you have ever guessed when you were lying there crying in that room that you'd be a national champion?
Never. Not when I was down that bad. But looking back, it was that adversity is what helped me get to where I was now. And I'm very grateful for it.
Well, I love hitting pitches. I think it's something that came from my men's day. I used to get DP'd for, and I hated it. It's like you're taking away the part of the game that you really love. So I think that she really wanted to do that and come back to Nebraska, and she showed all those young girls in Nebraska that you can do this, play on the big stage. And what a great thing that would have been if she could have won 2 world titles with 2 different clubs. And she spearheaded that team all the way through the last couple of years, and then coming off another injury as well. Just a role model for all young players, that you don't have to be the biggest kid in the world to be able to be really effective and have power at the bat and also with pitching. And then just your determination and courage. That's just tremendous.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. Since we're like 75 minutes into this thing, I suppose we'll set the lineup. Coming up on the show today at 9 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. We're past that. At 9 o'clock, we got Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. And then at 9:30, we're going to talk to Nate Rohr, the play-by-play voice for Nebraska softball. We'll put kind of a bow on the season there with Nate. Had some interesting news we found out about the softball team last night. Apparently, one Jordy Frahm is expecting a child.
Yeah.
So congratulations to her and Trey.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. So we were kind of having this discussion previously because this is a thing that happens sometimes in women's sports that obviously you don't deal with on the men's side of things, where every once in a while you find out that someone at a super high level of competition was pregnant while competing. The most famous one, I think, is 2017. Serena Williams won the Australian Open while pretty
famously pregnant.
Yeah, pretty pregnant. Like I know it's like a binary state. You either are or you aren't. But
if she wins at 44 or wins in 2017, pretty pregnant, which I think she was. She's starting the second trimester.
Yeah, she was past the first trimester. Yeah. Like she was pretty far along, especially for that, for that stage of things. So those are like, that is a super interesting thing, and I think it does add sort of an interesting element into the conversation about what we were talking about yesterday about kind of decision making within the there's the post the guys have on the screen there of the announcement.
You guys are so fast
from Jordy and Trey.
Am I complimenting the guys enough, Sasha? She's very protective of the producers.
I feel like I'm protective of them too, but not as like because I give them a hard time, so there's a little more leeway.
I typically don't.
But you're not like actively
not about their job.
I mean, to them.
They have some horrible takes.
I mean, Rico is a Knicks fan, so it's hard to have good ones.
I'm team
Rico.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Whose team is in the finals?
I'm Rico. I'm team Rico.
No, I think they have a real shot. I really do.
So I saw San Antonio still 2-1.
Yeah, I was plus 200 and like minus 200 and like plus 190.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Right around there. So yeah. Now I would have. So you typically don't. Now everybody's different, and I'm not pretending to be a female.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, obviously something none of us have gone
most
through.
people wait to say anything until about the 14th or 15th week.
Yeah, after the first trimester. I think 12 is when your doctor says it's okay. Some people wait a little bit longer because most problems happen in the first trimester. So we don't. I don't think we know how far along Jordy is or anything like that. But it does introduce Austin.
She's
and I
due
were
in
talking
December, so it's like 3 months.
Okay, so like right at that mark.
What Rico knows about softball sometimes it's just like,
yeah. Like, all right, no, we're good.
It says it on the post.
I get it, buddy. I'm just saying how like you were very much like, duh, dummy.
She's due in December, so it's about 3 months.
Idiots. He did most of her damage while pregnant, while growing another human.
Oh, which maybe would explain like.
Well, so we were having this conversation. Austin
there are some mood changes.
There's some mood changes. There's obviously just a disruption to your routine.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously. I guess there is a point, and I don't know where this is. Austin was telling me about this beforehand. That after the Serena thing, they actually did some like blood testing on her and stuff. And there were some indicators that were actually beneficial in terms of, I think, like hormone markers and recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. There's obviously a point in the pregnancy where there's some things that may not be harmful, maybe even helpful. And there's obviously other points where it's like, hey, yeah, you're going to be fatigued and stuff a lot earlier. But I think just in general, your body feeling different might be enough to be like,
yeah.
You know, like that's definitely a thing, especially
impressive.
Like tennis players, baseball players, softball players. Like
we act like it's a big deal if we play with pain in our shoulder or something like that.
My arm hurts.
Oh, my ankle is a little tender.
It's like she's growing a human.
The ligament on my finger, it just won't stretch.
She's like, yeah,
stretch.
There's another person.
I'll tell you about stretch.
There's a person growing inside of me.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No, it really is.
Congratulations, though.
Congratulations to the Frahms and phenomenal achievement. It does add a different element to the conversation we were having yesterday and kind of the lore of Jordy Frahm here at Nebraska. But
I didn't realize. Did you guys realize that there's such are Ken and KJ both talking about New York? Oh yeah, because Ken says New York should never win a title in anything, and KJ, I'm pretty sure I'll be rooting for the Spurs. Knicks sports teams. There's a lot of New York vitriol.
Yeah, which I don't understand totally, because especially for people around here, unless it's you just don't like New York as a city thing. I don't really know.
Kyle Crooks would like to have a word with you.
There's not a lot of things that have happened to Nebraska or Nebraskans that are New York centric. So I don't know why that would. I don't like the Yankees because I'm a Red Sox fan, but outside of that, I don't really have a.
It doesn't start with the Yankees.
Maybe I don't have like a particular vitriol for any other New York team though. Like I don't care at all about, like, the Knicks don't bother me even a little bit.
I don't mind.
Giants and Jets don't bother. Like I have outside of the Yankees, the Mets don't even bother me.
I haven't hated the Yankees since I was a kid.
I'll be honest, I hate them a lot less now than I did before. Like the 04 thing helped a lot.
I think
exercising the demons.
Who was the first? I definitely hated Reggie. That's well documented.
Mm-hmm. Although
I think
I feel like we both came around on him a little bit last year.
Yeah. I'm okay with Reggie.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron likes Reggie.
Rangers.
AA Ron, my lunch buddy.
Oh yeah.
Because they've done
some work together.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think either Ricky Henderson or Don Mattingly.
Was the first one you hated
that I could like
ride with? You're a big Ricky Henderson guy.
Yep, and I'm a huge Donald Mattingly guy.
Okay,
Donald Arthur Mattingly.
Yeah, Mattingly would make sense because he was like a Yankee. Like I don't think of Ricky Henderson as. I know he played for him, but he wasn't like a Yankee.
And the only other two that I would say I openly liked are Clemens and Jeter.
Clemens.
Did you like Winfield?
No.
I'm surprised the dual sport guy, you didn't like him.
So we're at Rose. It's a long. Could have just been bad day or whatever. I did not have a great experience with Dave Winfield.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So,
no, that makes sense.
And again, I'm shallow sometimes. So, like aesthetically, he didn't fit my eye.
Oh, sure.
Although he's easily one of the greatest athletes to ever play a sport.
Phenomenal athlete. I mean, gets overlooked in that conversation a lot. He's one of the best athletes we've probably ever seen.
I think you could make the case he has the fewest peers when it comes to elite athleticism of anybody maybe that's ever played a sport. And
I wouldn't fight you on that.
People will say Jim Thorpe, but just generationally, you fast forward 70 years.
Yeah,
like
the older guy or the younger guy's going to
give me the guy
athlete
later on.
Yeah.
I have a home run ball from him.
From Winfield?
Yeah, that I caught.
Yeah.
Now it was practice, but it's still kind of cool.
Yeah, Winfield.
He was with Minnesota at the time.
I don't even like guys on teams I root for, let alone
guys on teams you don't root for.
Like I can't think of one Giant.
I really liked, so for teams that I don't I like Aaron Judge. I can't help it. I just like him. Like I always have. I love the exit velo. Like I like the swing.
Again, it fits your style. You're a power guy.
Yeah, honestly, and I know I like him less than I used to, but I really liked young Giancarlo Stanton back when he was Michael. So like when he went to the Yankees, I was like, they have a couple guys. And like I don't root for him, obviously, but they have a couple guys that I like.
That's a weird exercise.
Guys on teams you hate that you like?
Yeah, because like if I went hockey, obviously
one giant you liked
the Flyers and the Red Wings.
Okay.
I can't think of one Flyer. Hextall, Lindros. I can't think of one Flyer that
you weren't a Lindros guy.
No.
Yeah.
No. And when I was in the heyday of the Toronto Canadian thing, like Lindros was just getting there too. So it was like he was the poster child and he was always missing.
Yeah, he missed a ton of time.
Yeah. And turned out it was the concussions. But he has an interesting story. Lindros is one of those guys, I think, that's in the LeBron James, the prodigy, the Felipe Lopez, the LeBron James. Eric Lindros is that guy to hockey. The Andre Agassiz.
Yeah.
Where you're, the Jennifer Capriati's.
Yeah.
It's hard on
those. Don't get me started on talking on young tennis prodigies right now because I'm excited right now. There's some good stuff. But
yeah, well done, TFO, yesterday.
Oh, the choke job.
God.
He stopped being a young prodigy a while ago.
Flipping nut up. I can't think of a Giant.
Well, I know one. You don't think of him as a Giant. You think of him as but Connor Gillespie was a Giant.
Yeah, I love Connor.
I know
that's different. That's a person. That's as a person.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think. I mean, I don't hate the Giants.
The
obviously.
Cowboys.
You liked Deion as a player.
I don't think of him as a Cowboy.
Fair.
I love Deion. This is weird.
Okay.
I really liked, and now I forget his name. He was a phenom in Oklahoma. Jumped over the pile on the goal line.
Roy Williams.
Yep, I like Roy Williams.
Okay.
I can't think of any Celtic.
Baylor Sherman.
As a person.
I'm a huge Larry Bird guy.
No, Larry Bird's my top 6 of all time.
But you like Larry KG.
Bird. Definitely don't think of him as a Celtic. He's a teapup.
Yeah. Larry Bird's one of my favorite basketball players of all time.
My favorite Dookie?
Yesterday, 4 p.m.
Either Jason Williams or
that was actually really funny, Rico.
Number 1.
No, number 2.
Oh, he's so back.
Number 2, I'm not a daytime pooper.
Are you a daytime vomiter?
What's wrong with Rico?
Do you just hold it till nighttime? Like, that's crazy.
Bro, I don't eat in the day. I don't have to go to the bathroom. Jeez, man.
It was just so fast. He goes, favorite dude. He goes, yesterday, 4 p.m.
My favorite Duke.
Which is so fast.
He's so stupid.
But my favorite Duke player, you're gonna hate.
I'm either gonna go with Jason Williams or Brandon Ingram.
You know what mine was? And it's strictly as a Duke player because his professional career has been wonky at best.
You're gonna say Zion.
I loved Zion at Duke.
I don't know your
I loved Zion at Duke.
I don't know your affinity for him.
He was so fun to watch at Duke. The ball handling at that size, the athleticism. I still think about that shot he blocked in the corner from Virginia on a 3-pointer where he started in the lane. And I'm like, I don't know how he got to that.
I can't think of anybody from Texas outside of Roger Clemens.
Yeah, you mean like Texas football?
Yep.
No, there's no Texas football players that I like
Colorado.
There was
because he was good to me.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't even like Cordell at Pittsburgh, but I do like Chad Brown.
I was a big Rashawn Salam guy.
I am not R.I.P. a Rashawn Salam guy.
Yeah.
No.
Bad experience or just didn't like how he ran?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not out on Rashawn Salam.
Fair.
Chad Brown.
Okay.
Was a Steeler. Has one of the best snake. He's a snake guy. Like collection.
Like collects the reptiles?
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very eclectic taste. We've had him on in our former life. We've talked to him. I like Chad Brown quite a bit. That's about it, man. It's hard for me to like guys that go to the teams that I like that I have never cheered for.
Yeah.
So I'm not one of those just because they're ours.
Just because they're yours, they're yours.
I couldn't stand that guy, Wazy. Could not stand that guy. It was the crybaby facial expressions, and he was always screwing with his goggles, and I was like, dude, like just wear the right size.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys from teams
no,
I hate
Ken, it doesn't, you weirdo. You know what, Corn Raider? That's a great call. I defend Dak. I don't love Dak.
I could understand the mistake,
I defend the slander of Dak.
You defend Dak quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
KP says Darian Hagan, easily his favorite buff.
No question.
Yeah, you were a big Darian Hagan guy.
Yep. Until we played Colorado.
Yeah.
And then I got over it.
Yeah.
But in high school, man, I wanted to be him.
Yeah.
And Hagan was a good baseball player too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, Charles Johnson. Nope, not. I can't think of one Longhorn outside of Roger Clemens.
I can't either.
I mean, somebody can when the Steelers drafted Roy Williams, ask Severe about that day. I'm like
full on meltdown,
almost kicking and screaming. Almost kicking and screaming. I don't know about top five, Emmett, but
top 10, I'd probably.
I defend. Dak.
I'd give you top 10. Top 5's aggressive. There's 5 really good quarterbacks in this league.
Can I just say something too? Because Emmett made me think of it. Because he immediately in the Discord, he's like, "Yeah, feeling better about my bet," and I was like, "Damn it, I don't." I still think the Browns did the right thing.
Yeah, you've been on this.
Like
Myles Garrett doesn't fit their window of.
And Verse is really good.
Yeah, Versus that. Honestly, they got a really good haul for him.
Like
Verse is really
now
good.
They're gonna have to pay Verse.
Yeah,
when the time comes.
But he's also younger, and you got first round compensation,
bro. So Cleveland has they have 11 picks next year,
and I think so. The thing that I was reading was they were trying to position themselves to be able to move up to get a quarterback if they needed to.
And here's the thing,
yeah,
because Monken apparently is not happy about anything.
No,
yeah, it was Lima Swede, KP. It was Lima Swede. I had Roy Williams, the safety on the brain. It was definitely Lima Swede.
Yeah, because we were talking about Roy Williams with Dallas.
It was definitely Lima Swede. And I'm telling you, so KP, I don't know if you can see the audio. So Severe literally was like, "Hey man,
you gonna be all right?
It's fine. It's fine. You got Pau Mau, somebody you can cheer for. It's fine." Like that's how he was doing it.
He's like,
I'm dead serious. If I could, I was like,
you seem very hurt right now. Are you gonna be all right?
Can I ever get a guy that we tear for? I'm dead dog serious. I mean, my heart sank.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I mean, I had to put up with Lawrence Timmons.
Yeah.
I'm a Swede. I hated Timmons. I told Severe, I'm like, Timmons sucks.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to ask Severe like 2 years later. God, I love Timmons.
Because they end up being pretty good for you.
Man, that dude is so tough. God, he embodies everything. Listen, at KP, I struggle with Casey Hampton. I'm not even going to hold. I can't even pretend. I'd love to just be able to say, oh, I'm a good Steelers fan. I'll cheer for. Nope, I struggle with Casey Hampton. So it's two things. Number one, he's a great player. Great player.
Is he? I'm trying to think off the top of my
head. So there's two things. One will be a total DB thing, and you're going to be like, yep, that tracks because he's an idiot. Casey Hampton's helmet was always too small. He crammed his face in the worst face mask of a helmet ever. I'm like, dude, you need more room in there. 1A is Texas. Look at Casey Hampton in his gear. You wanted to just get him another helmet size, but he was so good.
He one of those guys that we were talking about a few weeks ago as like a plugger that might have a hard time playing today?
Casey Hampton would have a hard time playing.
Yeah.
That's
the first thing I thought of when
he certainly would be like, he would not be a 3-down guy.
Yeah. Like that's a guy that I think would have a hard time playing. A guy that was really, really good.
Yeah. Lima Swede was one of my more famous meltdowns.
Yeah.
If I was younger, like if you backtrack,
you might have just left
when LeBron first got in the league.
Yeah.
So I would have been in my low 30s. I would have cried over LeBron being a Laker.
I was even barely 30.
Like,
yeah.
I could not rock with. I would have cried over that for sure.
Yeah.
Wazy with Lawrence Timmons' kid is a friend. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. There's a couple of those guys that have some studs. So Foreman, you know who Foreman's training Jumpy Gather's son.
Jumpy Gather.
You know who Jumpy Gathers is?
I think so.
I mean, I used to call him Long Arm of the Law. Jumpy Gathers was good bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
the end.
Yeah, I'm like, Jumpy has I can't remember the adjective that Jay used to describe his son's athleticism, but he's maybe something like super hybrid or something like that. But yeah, a lot of these guys that I grew up cheering for, like their kids are balling. I mean, I coach Purify, right?
I would say it is. It does get to a certain point where, honestly, I think a lot of people had that moment with Caleb, with you, where they're like, "What do you mean?"
Caleb?
Yeah, they're like, "What do you mean DB has a kid that's old enough to be at Nebraska?"
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think a lot of people did that.
Yeah.
I certainly did it with Purify because Purify played quite a bit after you.
I tell you what Coach Farron said.
No.
What age you get started? He's talking about Micah. I was like, wow, really? That's what we're on? I say good things about you. It's like, it's a serious, genuine, like,
he's like, what?
No, because he's a Steelers guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, Hot, I'm curious on your thoughts. He said liking Kobe and not liking LaFraud is crazy work. LaFraud is a significantly better human being. I get it. Hot. I get the Colorado thing. I think I much rather would have played with Kobe. I think late stage Kobe part 2 was amazing. I think the best part of what we were going to get from Kobe was post playing.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I mean, I get the sentiment at first blush, but no.
I also think LeBron's a better person than we give him credit for.
I don't care much. I think he's a little phony, but
I agree. I don't think he's genuine.
But I don't.
But I appreciate the funding of the schools.
I don't mind. I was going to say I don't mind.
I don't mind LeBron.
Hot's got me shook. I don't mind LeBron the person.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
That's not. I
appreciate. I've said this before. I don't like LeBron.
Crazy work. Damn, Hot.
I
feel like I got to go to my room.
I don't. I've said this before. I appreciate LeBron's ability to never have really stepped in it in a serious way.
No, I get it.
Especially being that famous, that young.
You know who I used to say that about?
Who?
Tiger.
Sure. That didn't age super well.
Nope. I mean, Jordan's still relative. People will intimate the gambling stuff, but they don't really know.
And also, like, has never hurt anyone else, really. But even LeBron was famous so much younger than Jordan.
KB, that's not Ken. That's not true.
And in a significantly,
I don't like arguing with Ken because he texts mean or he types mean.
Yeah,
but he didn't. Shaq will even tell. Like, are we not gonna just listen to Shaq on this? He didn't chase. Kobe didn't chase Shaq out.
No.
That's Shaq called himself immature.
Yeah, Shaq has admitted this.
He said I would do it differently if I could have.
That's not accurate. The thing
famously did not like Shaq as a Laker. My buddy Brian, who's a huge Lakers fan, is like, you're an idiot.
But no, like
I love Shaq now.
Yeah, me too.
I says I'm gonna knock your ass out.
I'm
telling you right now.
I appreciate.
I feel like Shaq and Charles are a lot like me and you.
Yeah, maybe.
Must at least say one.
I feel like there's a lot that LeBron's done off the court that I really appreciate. I do appreciate him navigating his fame with really hardly any missteps. Like, even the thing we dislike the most about LeBron, or that a lot of people like, the decision, like, that still raised $2 million for a Boys and Girls Club. Even the thing that we think is his biggest misstep in his career. Yeah. So, like, it's like, I understand the point on LeBron, and I understand the point on Kobe. I also, like, I'll be honest, man. I don't even know if we want to go here this morning, but like,
it's the chat. It's a very interactive show. It's the chat's fault.
It's always a booster. He was in New York because of a booster. I really don't know what to do with allegations that, like, people aren't convicted, they're not even tried. Like, I really don't know what to do with that.
I understand.
And I'll be honest, right now I'm really struggling with one because it's two things that are in huge conflict for me. Because generally, my default is, this is a thing that women generally don't lie about. Like, although there are famous cases where they have, like Trevor Bauer, that are essentially proven that they lied about certain situations. And then you have, on the other hand, my affinity to root for certain people. And so I'm really, really struggling.
You got in the weeds with this case, as did I.
Yes.
So he's clearly guilty of poor judgment.
With Bauer, you're talking about?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Kobe in Colorado.
Oh, well, so that's one of them. The Kobe in Colorado one. And then the other one that I'm really struggling with right now is the Alexander Zverev thing. Because he's a type 1 diabetic. I wouldn't care about him otherwise. But, like, you know how important it is to me to see type 1 diabetics succeed at things that are hard. Right? And playing tennis professionally with type 1 diabetes, like, blows my mind. Like, I can't even imagine what that is like. But he's also got allegations of physical abuse against a couple former partners. Hasn't gone to trial. Both women were financially compensated as a result of their accusations. So I don't know what to do with that. Right? Like, I generally believe women in these situations, it's not a thing that they often lie about. When they do lie,
now that's not true
statistically in the population, but with famous people, the numbers skew quite a bit more.
Okay, before we get too far, Ravi, I know we're all tennis heads here, but could you give the audience who might not be as big tennis heads an understanding of what you're talking about?
This is amazing.
That was good. That was good producing.
The youngest, most inexperienced knucklehead gets clarity and distinction in a segment. Yet he will turn around and say, never mind. The duality of you is fascinating.
So
every now and again, you're an adult.
Alexander Zverev is a professional tennis player. He's the third best tennis player in the world, has been for some time, has never won a major. He is a type 1 diabetic. He has allegations of abuse against two former partners. Has not been tried. One never even went to press charges. I believe he's has co-custody with one of them of a child as well. But he is a guy that, for me, winning a major as a type 1 diabetic would be a really, really big thing. That would mean a lot to me personally. I love tennis. Obviously, I ride for guys that are type 1 diabetics. You hear me talk about like Mason Miller all the time. I'll stand up for Adam Morrison. There's
Gonzaga Laker Adam Morrison.
Yeah, he's type 1 diabetic.
Yeah, and I just a weird pull.
Well, he was one of the first ones that I remember of being like, oh, that's really cool. Like Noah Gray, Mark Andrews. Like, it hurt me when Mark Andrews had the drop in the playoffs because I was like, man, why has it got to be Mark Andrews?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's really, really important to me to see type 1 diabetics succeed on a really high stage. And I also have a hard time rooting for people that have had certain allegations against them, but I don't know what to do with it when nothing's ever been proven.
Mm-hmm.
And, there seems to be, at least with some of the, or with one of the women, a fairly amicable relationship at this point. And so the Kobe thing brought that up for me because I felt the same way about Kobe. I loved Kobe. Love Kobe. Like, to this day. Like, I cried when he died. Like, that was a hard day for me.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like, whatever happened in Colorado sucks.
Yeah.
Like, whether it was criminal or not, I have no idea, but it sucks. And so, like, I've got this duality.
Again, clearly guilty of poor judgment.
Yes. And like, so I've got this duality of, like, there is these things, these people that I really want to have success because of one part of who they are. And then this other part where I'm like, I have a hard time wanting to support someone if this thing is true.
Do you like Jay Cutler?
I rooted for Jay Cutler because of the diabetes. I didn't really like him and don't really love some of his personality.
He comes to mind immediately when I'm just.
Absolutely. It's because I want people in positions like that to succeed because I know how hard it is. And I want, like, being the only major winner with type 1 diabetes ever, and probably will be for a long time, like, that would be really, really important to me.
I would have said Jackie Robinson, but he's type 2.
Yeah, it was later. Yeah. And I wasn't, like, alive rooting for him.
And I know you make a distinction.
I do make a distinction. Like, Ron Santo is like a hero to me.
Okay.
Absolute, like, hero. Like, and he is to a lot of people in the diabetic community, especially because of, like, people that were diagnosed at that time.
That sure does explain the Mason Miller thing.
Yes. There was, especially people that were diagnosed at the time of Ron Santo, like, he wasn't expected to survive very long, much less thrive and end up having a Hall of Fame baseball career. So, like, there are guys that I will ride for that I would have no other vested interest in at all. Ron Santo is one of them. I don't care about the Cubs. Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. But it's like, that dude's like, in the diabetic community, that dude's a hero.
I almost feel bad. Because for Cubs fans, I used to make fun of, well, two in particular, Vers and Sharpie over the affinity for Santo. And I just never really got it.
Yeah.
So it's
like, that dude lost his legs because of diabetes.
Yeah.
Like that.
I get, and I'm not for his, talk about duality, for as much as I like comeback stories and I cheer for people and, big forgiveness guy, like, I'm not very sentimental, right? I'm not go back and look at pictures or time, I'm just not, it's just not really my style. So when people are like that that aren't older yet, I have a hard time connecting, so I didn't get, if a Cubs fan is my age, I didn't get because you're talking, it's a while ago, but I'm like, oh, that's kind of deep to just be a fan, until people actually explain it. Right. But watching Roger Craig go through what he's going through now, it's like, oh, it's probably the first athlete outside of Joe Green that I would say, like, I loved.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. And I'm 7. Joe Green, I'm 5 or 6.
Yeah. Really,
but
really
like,
little.
I loved Magic. Right. Like, so I get it.
Yeah.
But not the connection of, wow, I really struggle with this. They struggle with it from a health standpoint.
Yeah.
I more connect with, oh, they've stumbled, or oh, they've made a bad decision, or oh, they do X for kids. Or
there was some of it with like cultural for black quarterbacks.
Oh yeah,
for you. So like there's that part of it that
100%
that I think is probably closer to the diabetes part for me, where it's like, hey, this is an experience I've had that this person probably understands better than most. But like the Santo thing is, I think, I don't know why I keep going back to this, but I don't think people understand, like when you like lose a limb or something, like he would have been struggling with that particular thing. So like neuropathy in the legs for so long before they took his legs.
Yeah.
Right. So like to think of him playing baseball with that, even though he didn't actually lose the legs till well after his career, like that to me is one of those things where I was like, that dude's a warrior. Like that dude is a straight up hero. And so like that, like there's just little things like that where it's like, hey, while he still looked okay, you have no idea how bad it was for him.
Through.
Right. And so there is a part of that where, I mean, I brought this up.
I definitely get that. I mean, why do you think like, you know, famously people give me a hard time about my affinity for LP. And I'm just like, just watching that guy manage the day to day just to get to the next day and still flourish in some capacities in his life. I was like,
sure.
I've seen people melt down over worse or less. You know what I mean?
And this is a thing I've been like, it's stupid, but like I've actively been struggling with. Like I've thought about this so much because in the context of the French Open right now, Carlos Alcaraz wasn't playing because he's injured. Yannick Sinner got beat early.
You cheered?
Upset. I did. I don't like Yannick Sinner at all.
Yeah, it was the first thing he said to me before good morning, and I was like, bro, chill.
Still think that he is a cheater, and like I can get into that sometime if people want, but like his rise to being unbeatable is pretty suspicious with his suspension for doping.
Does it affect your ability to manage heat?
Yeah, it's cramping is actually a pretty common side effect. Djokovic lost early. So now all of a sudden, this guy who never was going to have a clear path to a major again has a clear path. He is the favorite by far. You have a couple young guys in Fonseca and Hodor.
Hodor's going to be tough, though.
Hodor's going to be tough, and Fonseca has as much firepower as anybody in the field and maybe anybody on tour. That dude is straight like lightning in a bottle.
Sorry, Neutron. He's nerding out over tennis just for a sec. Sure. I don't want the eye roll or, you know, here he goes honking for tennis.
But like this, all of a sudden, like the clouds parted, the sky cleared, and you're like, holy shit, Zverev has a real shot at winning a major, when I never thought that was going to be on the table again. Right? He choked away a U.S. Open a handful of years ago before Yannick and Sinner came up, and you're like, that was probably, and he admitted to choking it up. I'm not putting those, like he admitted that he choked that away. And I'm sitting here, I'm going, this is probably his only shot ever. Like, this is probably his only real shot at a major. He's in his late 20s. This is it. And I've acted like since Fonseca beat Djokovic, I'm like, I've really struggled with rooting for Zverev because of this dynamic of mistakes versus accused versus guilty versus a person that I have a huge affinity for because of the things they've struggled with.
I've definitely cheered for guys that the perception was they weren't good guys, but I mean, who am I? Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Roethlisberger was a struggle. Kobe was a struggle. I don't know. I think it's interesting because I know it's easy to go the other way, right? When it's easy to not like Mason Rudolph, I would have a hard time. Doesn't matter what he did. I don't care how many games he wins for. Still, he's just a guy that I'm gonna have a hard time liking, and I can't even really substantiate anything other than the fact that another guy I don't really cheer for, in Myles Garrett, was pretty animate, and Myles Garrett is exceptionally thoughtful and bright.
Yeah, really, really smart dude, and doesn't really say much.
No.
So when he does say something, you're like, feels like he's telling the truth.
Is it not weird that he still has yet to meet Monken?
Like, how do you not meet your head coach?
Maybe they just knew this was going to happen for a while. And
When they moved the money.
Yeah, and they just didn't bother. Like, maybe they just told him, like, hey, we're going to move you. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
But then they're saying they didn't want to move him.
Yeah, that's for fan service, I would guess, just to be like, oh, we love our best guy. But you know what I mean? I would get, if he hadn't met Monken yet, I imagine they had told him.
Miles Garrett is his own guy, no.
I get that. That's just my guess. If he hadn't met him, I'm guessing they told him they were going to move him.
Hey, we didn't want to move him. Hey, we didn't want to move him. Now they got a good haul. I mean, Verse is a stud.
Yeah. No, Verse is really good. And he's a Florida State guy, so I'm super familiar with him.
What do he have? He had 13 sacks last year.
Really, really good football player. Like, really good football player.
I mean, he's young.
Yeah. Young, really talented.
That's the most Rams thing ever.
So they gave up Verse, a first next year, a second in 2028, and a third in 2029.
Could you believe the haul for A.J. Brown?
No.
A first and a fifth?
I couldn't believe he got a first. I was thinking like a second and a third.
Like, what? I don't know how the Eagles do it.
I don't either.
They got a first and a fifth out of A.J. Brown.
Funky, I was a huge Pete Sampras fan. He's got the same birthday as me.
I can't stand Sampras.
That's because you're an Agassi guy. I appreciate Agassi so much more now than I did then because of understanding everything he's been through.
Can I just say this real quick?
Yeah.
I'm glad Austin's out because this is tennis. Didn't Sampras come across as a guy for you that never loved doing what he was doing?
No, but
he kind of made it seem like it was just like this burden that he didn't enjoy them. And again, a lot of guys, listen, they don't do the media thing and the pomp and circumstance, but it always was like he was kicking and screaming.
So I was young, so I don't know that I picked all of that up at the time. What I've learned about him since is he just is super introvert. I think that comes off a certain way because like he hasn't said boo since he retired.
I know.
Like he's not able to find him anywhere. So I kind of take that into context of, he just doesn't like, I think he loved the tennis. I don't think he loved he seems like one of those guys. And I don't remember if somebody said this or not. He seems like one of those guys that thought he was going to end up being a really good college tennis player and not have to deal with being one of the most famous people in his sport. And that obviously did not happen. And I think that happens to a lot of guys that like love the sport, but don't necessarily anticipate everything that's going to come with it. You know what I mean? That's how I always took Sampras. But my appreciation for Agassi went off the charts. Like after, like I read the book, like his book about like everything he'd been through. Like I appreciate like overcoming the drug addiction and like being in the 200s in his rankings and being like, you know what? No. Because you know how easy it would have been just to crawl away at that point?
Oh, hang on. Shake and bake. I was not hanging with Ray Caruth. He offered to take us shopping.
One time.
It's not hanging with Ray Caruth. Okay? Like, we're just going to stop with that. That's also not true, KJ.
Hot Danger, I think McEnroe's pretty misunderstood as well.
I actually did not like Mac as a player, but I like him a ton now. But
that's what he said. He said hard to root for on the court, kind of a sweetie off the court.
But I was a board guy, so I had clearly drawn a line on who I cheered for.
So I kind of like watching replays of matches growing up. I was a Bjorn Borg guy over McEnroe, but
I do got to go to Costco.
But I grew an appreciation for McEnroe, even his on-court behavior a little bit, because it was like, I think it was born out of competitiveness, not immaturity.
Okay. You talked about something yesterday with getting along with guys, and I'm out on counters too, Todd, to be honest.
You big Courier guy?
No.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. I was a Becker. I like Boris Becker.
So that stretch for me is pretty clean cut. I was Borg, and then there was a stretch before Agassi came on the scene where I just wanted to see like good tennis.
Yeah,
but I didn't. I mean, I was anti Lendl.
Yeah, Lendl's not good tennis.
I was anti Becker.
I liked Becker because he was kind of a banger.
this is dumb, but the only reason I even remotely entertained Becker is, even though he was like this German, like, small country kind of thing, his affinity to meet and embrace people from other cultures was interesting. Now, it happened to be women, but still, like, he clearly was comfortable in his own skin. So, but I'm not a huge, wasn't a Becker guy.
I'm surprised you don't like Roddick more. Like, his mindset is like, if you I listen to his podcast a lot, like, you would appreciate his mindset, how he went about things.
You know what some of it probably was, especially at that age, was probably jealousy. Young, good looking. Like, I wanted it to be about more than that.
Yeah.
So I'm making all these assumptions. It was probably jealousy.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm being honest.
I mean, that's fair. First I started riding with him obviously because he's born in Omaha, and he still claims it. So I'll count it, even though he was young when he left here. But he still claims Omaha, and he claims he's a Nebraska fan. So I'll take that.
Asian White, I actually did like Michael Chang. So I know
he was super interesting because
I like Chang because he had to battle. He's softy.
Yeah.
Stay at the base like he did. And he was in an era where he was playing against a lot of boomers.
Well, and he broke through before guys like Sampras and Agassi, and he was the less touted prospect.
Yeah.
So he was really interesting. But like, you would appreciate the self-awareness of Roddick now, where he was like, yeah, I was immature. These are some things I did poorly, whatever. And then kind of his like mentality of grinding. Cause like, he'll talk a lot about, how a lot of tennis players will take a tough loss or whatever. And I think this applies to all athletes. Like, they'll take a tough loss, something will go on, and he'll be like, I can still run laps when I'm sad. He's like, I can still go get a lift in when I'm not feeling, like, he's got a very much like, hey, do the work no matter how you feel. And like, you would appreciate that about him.
Interesting. I didn't even get to the trade talk.
We'll get to Myles Garrett and AJ Brown.
Are we at 9 o'clock already?
We are. Yeah, it's time for Mitch Sherman. Yes, DJ, I have seen that. That's a phenomenal video of Agassi talking about Boris Becker's serving tell.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I'm all in Andre.
Yeah, Andre's terrific and good ambassador for the sport now, too. He's come back around. Labor Cup captain last year.
Did I miss something about how Kornikova has aged? Did she age well, or is she not aged well?
I have no idea. I saw people keep talking about that in the chat. I have no idea. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Fellas, I need some intel. What are we talking about?
We've got Mitch Sherman coming up next from The Athletic here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Before I go, can I just make a statement on the fans of this town? Unbelievable atmosphere. I'm really excited our guys got to play in front of this type of atmosphere. It was we've been very well accommodated by the local people here, and it's just been outstanding. So hats off to the Nebraska fan base. They've been classy. They've been awesome. A lot of fun to play in front of them. So hats off to this town for having really good fans. It's been a lot of fun.
so confident. It was confident before the talk we just had in the locker room, but having girls stand up with such passion for the things that they were saying about this program, I truly believe that this is a stepping stone. This is just a stepping stone for the higher places this program is going to continue to go. I think we have great leaders, and one thing that we also talked about in there was, like Coach said, just the place that our culture's at now, not letting that waver. And we are losing a lot of girls, and we're going to have a lot of new people coming in next year, whether it's freshmen transfers, whatever. But the culture that we have right now is set in a great place to continue growing and to continue building, and my confidence is through the roof with our returners.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Mitch, how are we doing this morning?
Good. How are you guys?
We are hanging in there. I was a little upset with Ravi because we're on the, well, it's always, but this is actually sports related. We're on opposite ends of the spectrum on who we want to come to Omaha. Are you?
Yeah, let me settle this for you.
Are you a mix and match of household names? Do you just figure the cream rises to the top? Whomever's here was here. Do you want different? If you had your druthers, what does the CWS look like for you?
So I was sent a text at 8:19 this morning from our mutual friend Damon. And he said, who were your super regional predictions for this weekend? So I went through and I gave him all my picks. And I'm having a hard time not picking the home teams in just about every super, which is weird because there were so many upsets and non-home teams that won in the regional, and it probably won't play out like that. I don't really have a preference there, Damon. I mean, I do want some big name brands because I think it adds to the atmosphere in Omaha. Like if it's just full of Cinderellas, then who's really Cinderella? And it takes away from some of that uniqueness of it. And we will. I mean, Georgia and Mississippi State are playing each other, so one of them is going to make it. Texas and Oregon are playing each other. Auburn, Ole Miss, USC, North Carolina. So you're going to have not necessarily a bunch, other than Texas, a bunch of blue bloods if they make it in baseball, but you're going to have big name athletic brands here. And then you're guaranteed 2 new teams in what I think is going to be the CWS opener. Just looking at it, if things play out even remotely like they appear, I think the Saturday night game would be from that Texas or Oregon, Georgia, or Mississippi State first round game. And that would make the Kansas or Oklahoma, the winner of that series, playing in the early Saturday game, which means you're probably going to get that West Virginia, Cal Poly, Troy, Little Rock as the opening game on Friday. And I love that. That probably excites me more than anything right now with 16 teams left is the assurance that we're going to have 2 first-time teams playing in a game in the opening round. And one of those teams is going to win their first, you're guaranteed. One of those teams is going to be 1-0 all time at the College World Series. And I don't know that much about Cal Poly and what their story is. I saw St. Mary's a lot last weekend beat UCLA, but then Cal Poly dispatched St. Mary's. The others, I think there's just there's stories attached to West Virginia. I mean, how cool would it be to see that fan base come to the College World Series and just the mix of cultures you would have there. And then, Troy, if you could have 3 teams from the state of Alabama, there's a lot of intrigue in those small school teams. Not that West Virginia is a small school team, but the other 3 in that pocket of the bracket are.
Am I counting that right? We had 4 or 5 teams that lost on Friday that advanced. 5?
Auburn,
SC,
USC. I don't know. I'm looking at it.
Right?
Did Troy lose Friday? I don't know. I don't have that at my fingertips. But
so I think that's the number.
Auburn.
And I've long maintained that I still think of the major sports, this is the hardest national championship to win, right? Just between regionals, the supers.
Well, the 1 and the 2 didn't make it out of the first weekend. And I mean, you don't see that in basketball.
Right? So like, I don't even know if it's up for debate. It is, you win this. I mean, this is a gauntlet to get through, just to get to Omaha, let alone win it.
Football's pretty tough to win now. I think you look at the murderer's row that Indiana had to go through, or that Ohio State went through the year before.
Well, are you sure Sark said it was Texas? Are you sure they didn't have to go through murderer's row to win something? I mean, he called that thing a gauntlet.
I think they did it with their second and third teamers, actually. So that's more impressive.
I hate saying this because I don't mind how Sark manages, and he has very few internal issues with his guys, and I like how he does the NIL deadline to talk about money, but I don't know. I might have to get off the Sark train. It's been driving me crazy the last couple of. I liked a good comeback story, Mitch. With the alcoholism and kind of getting it back together, and how tough it was when he said he was losing jobs. But yeah, I might be back out on the old Sark.
Do you think they have a problem? This is off the rails of this conversation. But do you think Texas has a problem at all because Texas Tech has called their bluff and has thrown down the gauntlet on Texas? I don't.
It's a problem, but they'll never win the PR. They'll never be able to save face in the PR battle without at least acknowledging that why they can't, or they have to make good.
If I'm Texas, I'm just like, thank you very much, little brother, but we have 100,000 seat stadium and support the economy of our town and have X number of home games guaranteed next year. We're not going to just 4 months before the season throw our schedule out so we can have a fly-by-night neutral site game. Like, you don't call us, we'll call you. Thank you. Appreciate the attention. Like, I don't think there's a problem at all for Texas. Like, I think they can just kind of own Texas Tech. Texas Tech somewhat misstepped to me in calling Texas out because
of the 50.
Texas is the big dog in this. Like, Texas can control it. Texas controls the narrative if it wants to.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's like
that's my opinion. Texas fans would savor the additional arrogance that Texas could throw at Texas Tech if it just dismisses their challenge and says, we're not interested, but maybe someday.
I think Texas can control the narrative if they were say, hey, obviously that can't happen this year because we already have things set, but we'll happily play you anytime, anywhere after that.
Mainly Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right. They're playing Ohio State this year. And that's another part of it. If Texas's non-conference looked like Nebraska's, then you might have a little bit more of a problem on your hands from a PR standpoint. I don't know. I've heard people say that this puts Texas in a really tough spot, and that like Texas Tech has like forced them to play this game, which isn't going to happen. But in my opinion, it's not, because Texas holds the cards. Like, if it was the other way around, I think Texas Tech would be in a tough spot and almost have to accept it or acknowledge it. Texas doesn't even have to acknowledge it. It's like, we're Texas. Like, no, I'm sorry, that's not how we schedule. But anyway, that's not why I came on the show, I'm sure.
No, listen.
We talk about lots of stuff.
Do you not see this squirrel up here? It basically is an open. It's whatever. We're bright light,
Mm-hmm.
bright light, or
Good.
squirrel. It doesn't matter. We invite conversation. Mitch, can I ask one more thing since we're kind of off topic here?
As much
Mitch,
as you like.
Have you ever? You ever not openly, but like had no problems cheering for someone that you felt like is a pretty controversial, and none of us are really in position to say bad guy or good guy, but like controversial figures just because of fandom?
Probably. My sports fandom, like true sports fandom, has been limited to the Kansas City Royals through my life. I mean, unless you go back to when I was a little kid and I liked the Miami Dolphins and the Boston Celtics, and there weren't a ton of villains on those rosters. People that their rivals didn't like at all, but with the I probably would like to have to try to apply that to like something in college sports where I'm interested in and rooting for rooting for something to happen, and maybe it involves a villain. Like who are you referencing here?
I've cheered for Kobe. Like I've cheered for Tiger. They're mainly, I went through a Ben Roethlisberger stretch.
Mike Tyson, I think, is a big one for a lot of people.
Sure. Okay. In those cases, I don't have any problem with it because I like to cheer for great competitors. And when they get on the field to play, for better or worse, whether this is like a strike against me, but I just try to look at it for who they are as an athlete or a competitor. Like when I was watching Mike Tyson in his prime and he'd been in jail, like clearly the guy had issues. Tiger has had issues. I mean, obviously. And they're out there competing. I'm all in on like on that athlete because of the competitor that they are. Like you have to I think, and some people probably had said no, but I don't have an issue like compartmentalizing it. And then when the competition's over, like I'm not lining up to go get their autograph. I'm not like the president of their fan club away from the field of play. But yeah, when they're out there doing their thing that they're the best in the world at, like I can absolutely find myself cheering for somebody who's other at parts of life I might not want to emulate.
This was, I think, sort of where part of this started in our discussion earlier. Is there, as a Royals fan, kind of specifically, is there somebody on a team that you genuinely dislike, but you just kind of like that guy anyway?
I had a real hard time against this. Like,
no, like, is there like is say
so who cheering for a Cardinal or
I see what you're saying.
A Yankee,
like a team you hate, but a guy you liked anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Because I find myself like hating pretty much every other team in baseball. There's a few exceptions. Some for whatever reason, like some of the California teams I'm okay with, like the Padres and the Dodgers. I've always been okay with. Like I don't hate them. But yeah, in the AL, and I hate is a strong word. And that's not a lot of Royals fans hate the Yankees. And I'm just young enough to like not be able to remember the series from the ALCS series from the 70s. I was alive, but not watching baseball. And, but yeah, I kind of hate the Yankees because I do remember like George Brett and the Pine Tar incident, and there's plenty of reason to hate the Yankees. But I definitely liked and admired Derek Jeter, watching him, and some others, because of the same thing I said a minute ago. Ultimate competitor. I mean, that guy would do anything to win, and I admire that.
All right. So since you said that, I'm gonna ask one more. We got the squirrel up here for a reason. I think people get on me about my disdain for LeBron and his greatness. I feel like Jeter is same but different. Most people agree LeBron is in the top whatever of greatest of all time. Jeter obviously gets a ton of pushback, especially with some of the defensive metrics. And my favorite is the dumb argument of if he played for another franchise, which that's 90% of. I mean, if Stabler was a Houston Oiler, he was, but if Stabler was a
Minnesota
St.
Viking,
Louis Cardinal, it'd be a different story. So I don't like that argument. But are there guys that you think are not unfairly, but you don't get the public disdain for how good they really are? Like nobody's really trying to tell you that Bonds wasn't that, but like, is there a guy like that for you? I mean, Jeter's an easy one because I think he's very polarizing, But is there a guy like that you think maybe it's Emmitt Smith sometimes falls into this discussion, where you look at the prowess and the accomplishments versus what was actually going on? It happens a lot in boxing too.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. I mean, you mentioned Emmitt Smith, and I mean, maybe it's not the same. Maybe it's not the same conversation. But like Barry Sanders didn't get the notoriety that he would have if he had played for a different franchise. I mean, I think there's examples of that all over every pro sport at any given time, because there's big time stars. Maybe, I don't know if this is the opposite of the situation you're looking at, like with Jeter.
Yeah, it is.
Jeter, like he had the notoriety.
Does the myth meet the actual play?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Kurt Warner, maybe.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
So you think that Kurt Warner
Kurt Warner statistically is not the same as how we talk about him. But conversely, Steve Young was significantly better, I think, than how we talk about him.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's those dynamics all over the place, because every team has a certain kind of like Q rating or aura, and that doesn't really change through the years and even the decades. Like if the Raiders are going to be Raiders, and people and the players who play for them, like whether they like it or not, they take on some of that aura with the team that they're a part of, and that whether it fits their personality or not. And I think there's a lot of instances where that ends up just like shaping the legacy of the players in either direction. Like if Tarek Skubal played for the Yankees, I mean, they're the classic example in baseball of the team that people love to hate. And I think more than the Dodgers, even though the Dodgers have had more success lately, it's because they're New York and they're just in your face. Like if they're bad, they're in your face. If they're good, they're in your face. Like if Skubal had played for them for the last 5 years, everybody would know who he is. And you'd have all this notoriety. You'd know the good things and the bad things about him. But being in Detroit, it's like I could walk down the street and mention his name to like people who say that they like baseball. I could go to my son's Legion game tonight and ask people their opinions about Tarek Skubal, and half of the people there aren't going to know who he is.
Do you think style of play has like a certain amount and it's weird to say in baseball because I don't know that we often differentiate between style of play, but like, I don't know. I look at like a Paul Skeens in Pittsburgh, and that's not a market that most of the time, like he's electric, right? Or like
you know him. Yeah, he throws 100 miles an hour. You know, I think the LSU thing helped.
Sure,
get started to a small degree, and then I mean,
let's
be real.
Air Force.
Let's be right. You're right. You're exactly right. It was the Service Academy. Yes. When he was a hitter there too, wasn't he? Yeah. I think he did. People know him for that. No, let's be real with Skeens. It's about Libby. I mean, that's
so maybe do you think Mizorowski's better known than Tarek Skubal?
No, not really.
Okay. But to your point though, Mitch, how you kind of frame the answer, Skubal's better than we think he is, and it's because he plays in Detroit. I think.
I think so. I mean, he's better than you think. He has to be better than most people think he is, because a lot of people don't know who he is.
We don't. He doesn't get near the burn he should for how good he is, because his record's never really gaudy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's way good.
Yeah, he's not going 23-3. Which
you know what I mean? Yeah.
If he played, you know, Roger Clemens when he played,
even like 19-4. You know, it's like.
Like Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez, those guys who played in huge markets for most all of their career. Like they had tons of notoriety. I think they deserved it. But if they'd have been in Seattle, they wouldn't have been household names.
But apparently, you know, 35 starts is hard for some of these guys, right? It didn't used to be.
30 starts is hard for some of these guys.
It's kind of weird.
Mitch, how much do you weigh? Obviously, the notoriety elevates your fame and your profile within the sport, but like, how much do you factor in whether or not it's like, is it harder to succeed in Boston than it is in Detroit? Like, is it just you know, like we talked about this with Indiana and Nebraska, right? Like it's easier to do things however you want it to at Indiana football than it is at Nebraska football because fewer people are paying attention until you start succeeding. Like how much of that do you think is true for like individuals the way we're talking about now?
I don't know. I don't know if that's apples and apples between college and pro, because in the professional landscape, if you play for the Yankees or the Red Sox, and I know that they haven't done it every year, but they're always if they're not having a championship type season, they're always a year away from being there because of the resources. And college is inching more and more in this direction, obviously, but it's hard for the Royals to have a bad season and for anybody to have hope that like, well, next year could be it. Like, it's just a couple small tweaks. It's not really a couple small tweaks. Like the Red Sox, if they're having a bad year, you're confident that they're going to tear it down and build it back very quickly to a place that's a contender because there's no other, their fans demand it. The market demands it. So I don't think it's harder as a player on one of those franchises. I mean, if they were 19 years old, but like these guys are 30 years old, like I think that they've shown they can handle that kind of pressure. Most guys who get to the big leagues and like turn themselves into like all-star caliber players, like they can handle the pressure. And I think that it's a better situation for them to be in resource-rich organizations than it is to, have to constantly take one step forward, two steps back with your team if you're Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think it's been a lot easier for Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville than it would be in New York.
Yeah. I mean, I can see your argument there. I was thinking more about it with a baseball standpoint, and the NFL might be a little bit different dynamic. I mean, the NFL is different. Their salary cap is structured different, and I think there's examples probably that can make the argument that I was making or the opposite of it. And Trevor Lawrence is a good example of somebody who, he was able, if Trevor Lawrence had played for the Giants out of Clemson and had the exact same kind of path, like he probably would have been run out of town before he ever got to this point now where he's really good.
I can't use Kyle Tucker because Chicago's a big enough market, but I mean, he's flying under the radar in LA. And I mean, maybe it's because they're good, but other places Kyle Tucker would be, and I'm sure he hears it, but
it helps when you're also not the best player on the team, I think. Like when you're down,
that's a good point.
When you're down the line a little bit, like I feel like you get less of the attention when you're struggling. Like if Shohei was struggling, that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
right. When Aaron Judge goes 0 for 8 over 2 games,
have an RBI in 11 games, and it's like scrolling across the bottom line.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that does like relieve pressure from some of his teammates. Yeah, the thing with the Yankees and the Royals just played the Yankees, so it's fresh in my mind, and they got absolutely torched. But that I don't know if this is part of the same conversation, but I am really frustrated when I watch that as a Royals fan, and I see just kind of like the reverence it appears. And I'm sure if you talk to Salvador Perez, he would punch me in the face. But it looks to me like the Royals hitters, and maybe it's like their hitting approach and it's coming from the top down. Like when they face pitchers who are not like the Yankees ace, like not guys who throw 100 miles an hour, they treat them with such reverence and such respect. It's like and you want to respect your opponent, but not so much that like, it's 0-2 or 1-2 in seemingly every at bat, and all of a sudden your batting average as a team is 115, because that's just the reality of it when you're always behind in the count. Like I wish the Royals would go out and just attack more when they play against like the Yankees' third and fourth starters. They make these guys look like Cy Young winners, and they go around and face the rest of the league and they've got like a 4 ERA. So some of that I think is just like the mind game between two organizations that are like so diametrically opposite in what the external expectations are.
Well, let's just continue to stretch your range, Mitch. I just thought this was interesting because we talked about this so much last week with the SEC meetings and the mixed messages coming out, and then of all people, LSU decides to be the school after it seems to be very disjointed that says, hey, might be a good idea if we all just kind of get on the same page, which I thought the irony of it being LSU was kind of funny. But on a serious note, is how much or is it possible to still get uniformity across the league for a league like the SEC with the amount of vitriol that is between teams in that conference, Mitch, where you think it could allow them to get on the same page to better position themselves financially?
Yeah, I think that LSU thing's interesting. I don't think it really matters that much, like what an athletic director at one school out of 16 in the league has to say. Like Greg Sankey, he wields it.
Disjointed, right?
Yeah, but it's probably disjointed in the Big Ten too. They maybe just do a better job of disguising it. They let Tony Petitti speak for the league, and the SEC has gotten better at that. I think since Nick Saban retired, of just kind of letting Greg Sankey be the voice. But it's not 100% of the time, and that's what you see with LSU. Like I don't know what that it just shows there's a little bit of discord within the league, and they're not unified behind staying at 12 or going to 16, and that's expected. I mean, you can't. It's hard to get 16 people to agree on anything.
The Big Ten has been like this staunch socialism conference forever. Like they don't really get too outspoken.
They don't, and that's
ever
right. Yeah, it's just the Big Ten way. But I mean, I'm sure that people within the organization, within the different schools, like have some feelings that deviate from what the commissioner thinks. You know, whether it's Petitti or Warren or Delaney, like they just do a better job in the Big Ten, I think, of like putting up which is weird to say because the SEC is known as having a unified front, and I think they do, like in competition, like they cheer for each other. It's the SEC chants coming from the outfield in Omaha, or, sticking out their chest when one of their conference rivals wins in the college football playoff. But in the boardroom, in like the legislative discussions, it seems that the SEC, it's the opposite. The SEC is more disjointed and more apt to speak up against something that their commissioner says.
To your point, Mitch, Coach Ferentz said something to me about I was asking him about the travel schedule and flights and his preference, and he said he didn't skip a beat, Mitch. He said it doesn't matter. He said I only have so much energy, I only have so much bandwidth. It's going to be about television dollars, and they pay a lot of our bills, so let's just play ball. And I don't know if it's clearly a Kirk Ferentz thing.
I love that.
Listen, he
understands. He gets it.
He didn't bat an eye. And I tell these guys, I'm like, there are so many things that I gravitate towards that he says. Even Coach Rule references a lot of what Coach Ferentz says. Yeah. Just kind of let you know. But to that point, I think the conference feels a lot like that too when they see that money hit their account, where they don't have to say a lot outwardly. I think to the contrary, I guess your thoughts, when the SEC sees that balance discrepancy, maybe that leads to why they seem so disjointed.
I don't know. They're still getting a lot of money. Like if this was like the Conference USA,
relative, right? I mean,
less, yeah. I don't think they're pinching pennies at too many places in the SEC. But yeah, I mean, there's got to be some reason for it. That's part of the reason I think that the Big Ten is unified, because it pays off at the end. Like they get these huge checks. Like if those stopped or they got smaller, then all of a sudden you might hear some dissenting voices real quick. And Ferentz, he definitely gets it. And I think most coaches and athletic directors in the Big Ten do. They realize there's a price you have to pay for being, so rich. And it's funny to me when I see it's funny to me. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's funny. Like the Arkansas athletic director last week, like he should give Kirk Ferentz a call. It's like, you know what? You're not always going to get it exactly the way that you want, but don't complain about the SEC and ESPN, man. Like you're playing, you got 6 days between a game. Like boo hoo, you have to fly from Salt Lake City to Fayetteville. That's not I mean, we're not talking about Miami to Seattle here. Like, you got to fly on a private jet at night when it's dark and your players can sleep and stretch out on the plane, like not even halfway across the country. It isn't that hard. Like, why are you complaining?
My man used the word welfare.
The SEC is not as good at biting their tongues, I guess, as the Big Ten.
Welfare, though. We're talking about our players.
Player welfare.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, far be it from me to mock that, because they do put their bodies at risk every Saturday. But I mean,
I'm just telling you, when
it's
Coach
not even like
after the fact about the schedule and having the short day in Minnesota, he was crucified. So like and they had already lost the game. It's like it was pretty far removed, right? He didn't love it, but he's like, look, man, it's what you have to do. We have to learn to do tough things.
I mean, you don't hear anybody in the NFL. I mean, maybe you do, but like, I think everybody in the NFL understands, like, yeah, we have to go to Europe once a year because that's what pays the bills. And like, we have to play on Thursday night once a year.
I think they all just know. I think the team owners and the GMs and the players and the coaches in the NFL, they all just know, like, yeah, we may not like this, but we can't complain about it or we're going to get like booed off the stage. I mean, look at what we're getting paid.
It's disingenuous.
It's not the same thing in the SEC, but like, players, for whatever reason,
and
AD had a hard time seeing it.
In college football has never been better. You can't breathe on guys. They're like the rehab facilities in Salt, like players, it's never been better. If we're just talking about travel, right? Far be it for me to be the old guy yelling in the clouds, but it's like,
this isn't the Celtics flying cross country in the 80s commercial to go play the Lakers in the finals, you know? Like, that's not this.
Mitch, real quick, what's the best number for you if you had your druthers for playoffs?
Oh, man.
Sark went from 4 to 12. I thought that was interesting.
I'm okay with 12. I'm just fine. I'm fine with where it's at. I'm not standing on the table about any number because I'll watch it no matter what. 12, 16, 24. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be invested. I'm going to have a good time with it. I'm going to make the best of the situation and still pay attention to the regular season. But I'm okay with where it's at.
There you go. That's Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Mitch, appreciate you letting us get a little latitude today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks you.
Thanks, Mitch.
That's Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. We'll be right back with Nate Rohr, the play-by-play voice of Nebraska softball, as we wrap up their season here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Before I go, can I just make a statement on the fans of this town? Unbelievable atmosphere. I'm really excited our guys got to play in front of this type of atmosphere. It was we've been very well accommodated by the local people here, and it's just been outstanding. So hats off to the Nebraska fan base. They've been classy. They've been awesome. A lot of fun to play in front of them. So hats off to this town for having really good fans. It's been a lot of fun.
so confident. It was confident before the talk we just had in the locker room, but having girls stand up with such passion for the things that they were saying about this program, I truly believe that this is a stepping stone. This is just a stepping stone for the higher places this program is going to continue to go. I think we have great leaders, and one thing that we also talked about in there was, like Coach said, just the place that our culture's at now, not letting that waver. And we are losing a lot of girls, and we're going to have a lot of new people coming in next year, whether it's freshmen, transfers, whatever. But the culture that we have right now is set in a great place to continue growing and to continue building, and my confidence is through the roof with our returners.
A lot of teams, a lot of players like to pretend that they gave everything they had, and they like to say it. It makes them feel better at the end of the year. It's another thing to go do that and go be about that. And I think that's the biggest compliment you can have as a person, is if somebody tells you that you're about what you say you're about. And that's what these guys have done. And that's what I told them. This last game was like a microcosm of our season. I mean, we get the tying run to the plate, down 10 runs in the middle innings. We defied a lot of odds. I think we overachieved in so many ways, to be honest. And that's not a slight to who we have in the clubhouse or who we have coaching them or anything like that. It's just that's what you want to be on any team, is you want to be a bunch of overachievers, and that's something that we talk about in the very first team meeting of the year.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Nate ROHR, play-by-play voice of Nebraska softball. Nate, we were hoping you'd be joining us under different circumstances today or this week, but we are thrilled to have you nonetheless.
Well, you and me both. I was hoping to be doing this from a hotel room in Oklahoma City, but I'll have to settle for my palatial office here in the basement at KLIN.
Are you... Now that we're here doing this, are you out of gas, or would you have had something else in the tank? Sometimes when you're in it, it doesn't really affect you, and then you're done with it, and it's like, man, I think I kind of left it all out there.
I think I could have found it. You're running on adrenaline at the end of the year, basically. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I was not a very useful human being on Friday after the 10-inning game against Arkansas. I was emotionally spent. It was a really good thing that we had another day off. Because I don't know. I mean, I did our morning show remotely for KLIN, and I don't know how good I was for them. And then I just laid in my bed, and so I was tired, but there's enough adrenaline, there's enough excitement around there. It feels to me the end of the season, and it doesn't matter if it ends Big Ten tournament, regionals, supers, the World Series. The end of the season feels like running into a wall. Like you're sprinting the whole time because you're doing the games, you're traveling, all the prep that you want to do with that. And then you also have your normal responsibilities, with KLIN, with my family, everything like that. And so in sprinting around to keep up, now that thing that was adding so much excitement to your weeks and your days is over, and it's like, bang, you run into a wall. So kind of fighting through that right now, but that'll pass, and we'll get settled in for the summer and go from there.
Do you have and I get it, it's Texas, but the sport in general, and you have to come through the losers bracket at you could potentially have to do it at some point. Does your level of appreciation for teams that can take on the marathon? We see multiple teams play multiple games and in a day, in a 24-hour span. It is unique. It's one of the things that I think makes baseball difficult, right? Where you could be in the very same boat. And as a football player, I can imagine playing 2 games in one day. They don't do it in basketball.
Right.
2 days rest is not enough in basketball for some. Baseball and softball do it routinely. Do you have a different appreciation because you feel the energy, the juice? Like every game is an event, and sometimes you have to do it multiple times in a day. Does it change your vantage point?
Yeah, you look at what both teams were able to do yesterday, Texas and Texas Tech, and especially where they have had pretty emotional runs through all this. You think about everything that surrounded Texas Tech, and there would be a question of how much energy do you have, how much do you have in the tank to go out there and win 2 games. So the fact that they were able to win a game against a really good opponent, Tennessee in the case of Texas, and Alabama in the case of Tech, and then gas it back up, grab an Uncrustable in the dugout, and get going again. That takes some doing. And remember, both those teams played the day before. So you're not just talking about 2 games in 24 hours. You're talking about 3 in 36.
Yeah.
And again, against the best competition the sport has to offer. So, it's tough enough to do when it's February and it's early in the season and you're as gassed up as you're going to be. And even though one of them might be against Florida, one of them might be against Manhattan, but to do 2 against 2 great, against a great team and 3 against 2 great teams, that's really something.
Nate, how long does it take you? I know the end of this season obviously is different than the end of some of the previous seasons, although I think last year probably had a similar level of emotion in the super regionals with Tennessee. Like, how long does it take you to sort of process through everything you've just experienced?
Maybe a week, because you're trying to settle everything down and trying to get back into the rhythm of your own life without the season going on. So it takes about a week to sort of decompress and take a breath, enjoy what happened, but also sort of get back into the rhythm of being around home now more. I mean, you think of, I was gone Tuesday through Monday. And you had big chunks of your week spoken for that are now open. So it takes about a week, I think. I mean, there's still some of this that's going to stick in my craw the rest of, for a while. But for the most part, by next week, I should be a somewhat normal human being.
I want to get to Nebraska specifics here in a second, but let me ask you about something from your vantage point, because I've kind of been intimating this for the last month and a half. Jess and I had this conversation off air, and I've watched youth softball for at least 20 years now. And I know it's emotional. I know it's very intense. I've joked, but I don't think it's that funny, that this is probably the toughest youth sport to attend. Parents are the most intense. I think it has superseded AAU basketball about 15 years ago, which I think is saying something. But I am, I was talking to Jess about this, where, we had cut-ins in game after, Mia Williams was hit so many times. The broadcast would cut in and say, hey, this needs context. She was hit this amount of times. Almost not sensationalizing it, but clearly letting us know, right? You could see, screenshots of texts of parents, which doesn't happen in any other sports. We saw in the news, we use these clips after the game the other day with Coach Weekly and panel about, did she say good game? Did she not say good game? They slow-moed it. They circled in. Holly Rose said she was reading lips, right? It's when I tell Alexa to pause so I can see what's on the TV, because I'm not going to kid you. One of the beautiful things is not just because it's your voice or Ben's voice, but sometimes I can't handle the drama. So I need to know what happened about 7 or 8 seconds before I'm actually seeing it on television. And I'm always usually watching, like, the people that are with me know, hey, Dad's just weird. He enjoys, they think it's just because I enjoy the radio, but it's because I'm not that cool. So I pause it and I go back and I listen to it. And I said, they're breaking into the Nebraska game in the 3rd inning to talk about panel and Weekly. So I said to Jess, I go, what is it do you think about softball, or maybe even the network, where they kind of embrace the dramatic side of it, the spice side, the introducing of all the storylines of the transfers and the softball does it differently, in my opinion, than any sport I can think of.
Yeah, I think there's a little more. I think you're right in your intuition that there's a little more embrace of it, especially on the national broadcast. You know, some of it is the mechanics of the sport and the broadcast itself. I mean, you might really want to hammer somebody transferring from Nebraska to Penn State, for instance. But it's bump, set, spike, next point, we're ready to serve.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you can hold up the game for a minute, and the TV folks often do. As a true artist on radio, plagued by this. But at any rate, you can hold up the game for an extra 30 seconds or whatever to show the clip. And then as the first batter is stepping in, you can get into that drama of she said, then she said, then they said on social media and all of that. So I think it lends to the pace of the game. I think it also, there has been, in softball, I think they've been more willing to cover the personalities of the game. And I think how softball is covered differs from how baseball is covered, in that you got great players for 4 years. You got 4 years of Jordy Frahm. You got 4 years of Tegan Cavan, Megan Grant, you know, name your star here, to where you could really build your coverage around the people instead of, okay, Baseball America has this guy rated as the number 76 prospect among third basemen, and he got picked 8th in the draft. And it's like, what does that mean to me? So I think you're on to something in the idea that softball has been a little more willing, at least with ESPN. Let's distill it. ESPN sets the pace here to get into these dramatic lines that, you know, whether it's the most noble piece of sport or not, it is a part of it. And it is a conversation point, and it is something that I think draws some interest, for better or for worse.
Nate, it seems like the vitriol between players that have transferred from one institution to another is on a different level in softball as well. Is that, do you think that's accurate? Do you think these teams just happen to be playing each other more because they're going from a Tennessee to a Texas Tech or a Florida to a Texas Tech, as opposed to, you know, when Caleb Downs goes from Alabama to Ohio State, they may never see each other again. And, you know, like, is it just the proximity of, like, they're right in each other's faces again? Or do you think there's something else there? Why?
I don't know. If Fields goes to Ohio State, and it's not a storyline when Ohio State plays Georgia. I agree with you.
Like, it seems like there's a little bit more.
There's a little extra there. You know, just because it's such a personal battle. But what's the common denominator in the two controversial transfers you just mentioned?
Texas Tech?
Yep. and you know, say what you will about the current system of governance in the NCAA. And whether you think you can think what you want about rules being right or wrong, tampering, whatever. Texas Tech has more or less said, we're good. We're going to do what we do. And not make much of an effort to comply. And the panel transfer, I think, was emblematic of that.
Oh yeah,
because she was she visited Lubbock before she was officially in the portal. She put herself in the portal with a do not contact, so it's basically a fait accompli that she was going to Texas Tech. So I think the Texas Tech element of this is the greater precipitant of the vitriol. That said, I mean, even with Jordy Frahm, which I have always perceived as a amicable departure between the two, there were some and social media is a bad barometer for this, but there were some people sniping about her on social media, even this weekend. So, transfers just bring an element to college athletics that we're not used to. Pro sports fans, we're used to, Shohei Ohtani going back and playing at the Angels, or Johnny Damon playing for the Yankees at the Red Sox. We're not used to this in college sports.
How much of it do you think in softball in particular, like Tech seems to be a particular outlier in the way they operate, and like men's college basketball, like that's just what people do. Like college football to a certain extent, like that's just sort of the, like that's the standard operating procedure for a lot of teams. In softball, it seems like Tech is a little bit more of an outlier in terms of operating that way.
Yeah, I would suggest that. I would think so. And the other part is that they're an insurgent, really. I mean, it's one thing, and again, this is not entirely fair. But it's one thing when Ohio State goes and gets a guy, there's sort of the underlying assumption. Well, he would have gone to Ohio State anyway, and he well might have. But when you see somebody going UCLA, the flagship program of college softball historically, to Lubbock, bleeping Texas, you see somebody going from Stanford, as good an athletic and academic institution as there is, to Lubbock, bleeping Texas. I mean, it raises. You ask the question, what are they doing to make that happen? Because under normal circumstances, it shouldn't.
Nate, I want to get to kind of some of the specifics. A lot of hand-wringing, a lot of consternation about the pitching matchups. And Coach Ravel's got a tough decision to make with Coach Sipp and that staff, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of likened it to, it's easy from where we are to kind of have opinions. As I watch kind of Tommy and Brooke feel when to come in this series, how long to like real time. It's extremely difficult. How any hindsight and in terms of how you think that you may have done Saturday versus Sunday with pitching 1 and 1A, not necessarily if Jordy it comes out during a no or not, but more the utilization of the arms.
I mean, there's always a case to be made for starting Alexis Jensen on Saturday. She has pitched well, and she ended up pitching well against Alabama. And I don't know if maybe there could have been a little quicker hook for Jordy Frahm. But I think to Rhonda Ravel, it came down to this. There is no pitcher in all of college softball who has the depth of experience that Jordy Frahm has had on that stage. And if you win that game, you are one win away from playing for the national championship. And so it was just a matter of Jordy coming out and not executing her pitches early on. And uncharacteristically so. I mean, a walk and a hit by pitch to start that first inning, maybe there was a sense there that she didn't have it on Saturday. But I don't, that would be the one decision in my mind. I mean, you look back on when Texas scored their runs in the 6th inning, it was a no-hitter through 5 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
The first hit was a check swing, slapper, finding a seam and beating it out. The second hit was a solid single. And then, Katie Stewart hit a pitch that was up and in and got it out of there. And Stewart's an excellent player. And, you certainly didn't go into that inning going, Jordy Frahm's falling apart here. And so I can live with keeping her in against Texas. And it was such a flash. It was 3 straight batters, bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
It had not given up a hit and only given up 1 base runner. The decision Saturday to start Frahm over Jensen, on one hand, there's a question to be asked there, but look, Jordy Frahm is the best big game pitcher in all college softball.
Mm-hmm.
She's been on the stage so often. Are you going to trust Jordy Frahm, or are you going to trust a freshman?
I always tell people too, like, coaches play the best players, and coaches play the players they trust. And in this case, you got a 2-for-1.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Did you see some of the offensive? Listen, the caliber of arms taking the bump is incredible. I mean, there's a reason these teams are still playing. Are easily the 3 best 1-2 combinations still were left in the country with Tennessee, Texas, and Nebraska. Or excuse me, Texas Tech, 4 actually and Nebraska with the 1 and 1As, right? So there's something to be said there for arm talent. But did you think Nebraska's bats would be situational enough to be better than the last 2 outings? Or you just chalk it up like it's the way the sport's played? Like it's
I'm somewhere in the middle. I mean, they certainly could have done more with the innings that they had and with the opportunities that they had.
More Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at Saturday like
I mean, and there was some bad luck too. You think of, Hannah Core gets a double, and this is more Sunday. Hannah Core gets a leadoff double. You could have done better situationally, but Jesse Farrell lines the ball back up the middle, 2 inches either way. It's probably a hit, and Core scores. And a 2-0 game, I think, is very different than a 1-0 game. But the offense. I'm not going to say they were overmatched, but they definitely didn't win the battle. The last, really any of the 3 games. And I think some of that lends to the difficulty of building a lineup good enough to win in the Women's College World Series. I think some of it lends to the fact that you're not seeing very good pitching for most of the Big Ten regular season. The best pitcher Nebraska saw every week was Jordy Frahm if she threw live. And the second best pitcher Nebraska saw was Alexis Jensen if she threw live. I mean, there really wasn't a pitcher in the Big Ten that prepared Nebraska for what they saw in the series. And so, you can do all the batting practice and such that you want, but bringing it to a game can be difficult. But they could have done better in terms of moving base runners, that sort of thing. It's just a matter that, this lineup was very good in the Big Ten, but you get against the top-notch pitching, and especially when you haven't seen it much, you're going to have trouble.
Texas has been so gutty and resilient with kind of the ups and downs. People were a little put off by the seeding, even though they were so good in quad 1 games relative to what they had done in the conference with the 4th place finish. Hard to not give them the edge here when it comes to intangibles, or just too good of a 1-1A punch across the dugout with Tech.
Boy, it's such a compelling matchup because Tech, you're right, they have 2 elite pitchers. But I will say, until yesterday, Nyjeri Kennedy had not pitched all that well.
Yeah, she struggled
in the postseason. So, when you talk about Nyjeri Kennedy, are you getting the one that you got last night, the one that you got through the run to the finals last year where she just ran out of gas, or are you getting the one that was there for most of the postseason who struggled? I would give the edge to Tech. I think the Kennedy they will get is going to be closer to that top-notch one. And then whether they do or don't, Caitlin Terry is sitting right there.
Yeah.
And I think Terry at her best is at least as good, if not better, than Kavan. And frankly, I think the lineup for Tech is a little better 1 through 9 than Texas's. Now, Katie Stewart is a beast, and Reese Atwood's succeeded at this.
They're going to need her to get it going.
Yeah. I feel like the balance of the Tech lineups a little better, and then the 1-2 pitching punch. I'll give Tech the edge, but it's going to be a great championship series.
Nate, last one for me here. Obviously, a lot of the key contributors for this Nebraska team were seniors. Just what do you see in terms of, obviously, Alexis Jensen is kind of a foundational piece for Nebraska moving forward, but what do you see as sort of the immediate future for this program coming off of a really impressive season and an impressive run at the College World Series?
Well, it's tough to say because I think they're going to have to be active in the portal. They do really like the freshman class they have coming in. And if you're somebody coming into this program right now, you don't just look at Jordy Frahm, although Jordy played well for Nebraska and pitched well for Nebraska, but you look at people like Hannah Kimmonson and Casey Hoffman and Hannah Core, who were okay at other programs, but were great at Nebraska. And so hopefully if you're a transfer, you're a bat that's a complimentary bat in the order, you go, okay, that worked for them. It can work for me too. They're going to have to add up the middle.
Yeah.
Center field is an open job right now. Shortstop's an open job right now. Second base is an open job right now. And so I feel like at least one of those, if not two, are going to have to come from the transfer portal. From there, you need another arm. If we've learned anything about college softball the last couple of years, it's that it is the old running back line. You need a pair and a spare, at least to get by, and right now you've got one. You've got Alexis Jensen's. And so you'll need to pick up an arm in the portal. I think you're going to need to pick up somebody up the middle. I think you're going to need to pick up a bat because otherwise you're asking freshmen to do a lot. And when you look at what you've got coming back, Jessie Farrell's a great player at catcher. But, there were times where she slumped. Samantha Bland's a really good player. I don't think her season-long numbers reflect how good she is, but she was battling a shoulder injury all year. And then you have Alexis Jensen, and you wonder what you're going to be able to get from her hitting-wise long-term. So there are pieces there. There are starting points, but they're going to need to do a lot in the portal if they're going to make another run next year.
Last one. Not surprised at all that Jordy played and performed the way she did, almost being through the first trimester.
It reframes everything that happened. It just speaks to her insane will. And if there's one person on this planet that could be the national pitcher of the year and play both ways and pitch 10 innings in the Women's College World Series,
hit a home run.
Everything else, Jordy's the one. But it does frame it differently because now you go, holy cow, she was doing all of this while pregnant. I saw it with my own wife, and though she works hard, she's not playing Division I softball. She sure isn't throwing 130 pitches. in the women's college World
the
Series.
Emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's, listen, it's hard.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting the next day, let alone I mean, shout out to her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's remarkable. The will, the guts she showed, and it speaks to it's just another sign of what made her great.
Yeah. That's Nate ROHR, play-by-play voice for Nebraska softball. Nate, I hope we're still a few days away from your 1 week mark, but I hope in a few more days you're able to look back and enjoy the season more than the loss hurt at the end there. And we appreciate you joining us as always.
Get some rest.
Thank you for having me, guys.
You got it.
That is Nate ROHR, Nebraska softball play-by-play. Terrific stuff there from Nate. Obviously a great season for Nebraska softball as well. Want to make sure you give our guys over at Next Gen Male Medical a call, 402-614-9700. Whether you're a guy, a gal, male, female, whatever, they can help you out. They do what?
A guy, a gal, male, female?
Well, I was just giving, some people don't like certain terms. We're just trying to cover all our bases here. Just like Next Gen has you covered no matter what you're looking for. Testosterone or therapy or hormone therapy, weight loss, peptides, recovery. Maybe you just need some vitamins. Go over there. Tell them that we sent you. You'll get a free vitamin shot with your order. Tell them that Ravi and DB sent you. 402-614-9700. We'll be back tomorrow with more Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.